Should we be singing duck, 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 highway, duck, 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 highway? You better duck your head, you're gonna die. Shame on you.
I know he was gonna say the other thing.
You know, this would be relevant in 2026.
Yeah. It really hits the spot too.
Yeah. Oh, that was somebody being bombed or shit. We might have to make just a theme song till the war's over.
Yeah. It's almost there, he says.
It's got the size of the Louisiana Purchase. It kind of looks like.
Yeah, kind of. I don't think that's ever gonna get old.
And that was an Ayatollah before this Ayatollah. Jesus.
When you throw that other one up there.
Jay's got one coming on for y'all guys. We're gonna get to hear this little clip with Wolf Little.
Well, it's 11 minutes long, so you tell me when to clip it. So
Yeah, you're good to go. You can bring it up now. So he's gonna put it on right now while I'm talking, and then we'll be back in a couple minutes after that. A couple minutes, and then we got some other stuff going on.
Away we go.
The moment begins quietly, almost routine.
And make the thing full screen.
News set, a calm host, and a sitting member of Congress invited to explain a claim that quickly spread online. The claim sounds serious. A personal story involving a family member, law enforcement, and questions of rights. Stories like this immediately pull attention because they mix power with vulnerability. Viewers lean in, not because they already know the truth, but because they want to see how the truth is handled. This is where the tension starts. The host doesn't raise his voice.
What the hell is this face
Doesn't
about?
accuse. He simply lays out what to
I don't
say,
know. I'm trying to
then
wonder.
places an official response beside it. That contrast alone creates pressure. When two versions of the same event exist, the audience expects clarity. The camera doesn't need drama. The drama comes from the pause that follows. The guest smiles, nods slightly, and begins to respond. This is a first hook. People are not watching to hear policy. They are watching to see whether the story holds. In modern media, credibility is currency. Once doubt enters, every word matters more. The host repeats the question carefully, making sure it's clear. He even restates supportive facts about citizenship, signaling fairness. That's important. It tells the audience this is not an attack, but a request for explanation. And that makes what follows feel heavier.
I don't know.
Because when
this
someone is
thing.
given a fair
I
platform,
want to hear Wolf,
any
man. Shut
weakness
up,
in the
dude.
answer stands out more.
Boo.
The audience senses that something is off, not because of shouting or insults, but because of restraint. This calm setup is intentional. It keeps viewers watching because they feel like they're witnessing a moment that could go either way: truth or contradiction, explanation or evasion. The story hasn't even moved yet, but the audience is already invested,
I
waiting
think
to
this
see
guy's
which
just
path it
suckering
takes.
people, man.
As the answer begins, the language shifts. Instead of clear yes or no, the response moves sideways. The focus turns away from the original claim and toward process, paperwork, and general frustration with agencies.
Johnny,
This is a common
every now and then
strategy
you get one
in
like
live
this
interviews.
because it's a legit CNN looking piece, but when we put it on, you see what it came out to be. we don't make the rules, dude. How come there's some ways sometimes you don't, but anyway, it's not a big deal. No, we got a lot of other stuff we got to go through. We got a lot of the clips to go through. Got a lot of fun stuff to talk about.
What you got up?
We got what is this? Oh, well, we can always do this just before we
Oh yeah. Do the one in the middle.
So okay, yeah, we'll do this one. So just
It's only 8 minutes.
a little, yeah, it'll be a little long start, and then we'll get in. Maybe we'll go short on the next break. Here we go, guys. Get off my screen with this bullshit.
It is. It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton.
And she said things, WikiLeaks, that just came out. And she lied. Now she's blaming the lie on the late, great Abraham Lincoln. That's one that I haven't. Okay, Honest Abe. Honest Abe never lied. That's the good thing. That's the big difference between Abraham Lincoln and you.
Secretary Clinton.
At the last debate, we heard Donald talking about what he did to women. And after that, a number of women have come forward saying that's exactly what he did to them. Now, what was his response? Well, he held a number of big rallies where he said that he could not possibly have done those things to those women because they were not attractive enough for
I did not
them
say
to be
that.
assaulted.
I did not say that.
Her 2 minutes, sir. Her 2 minutes.
But did not say that.
It's her 2 minutes.
He went on to say, look at her. I don't think so. About another woman, he said, that wouldn't be my first choice. He attacked the woman reporter writing the story, called her disgusting, as he has called a number of women during this campaign. Donald thinks belittling women makes him bigger. He goes after their dignity, their self-worth, and I don't think there is a woman anywhere who doesn't know what that feels like.
Mr. Trump.
Nobody has more respect for women than I do. Nobody. But I will tell you, what isn't fictionalized are her emails, where she destroyed 33,000 emails criminally, after getting a subpoena from the United States Congress.
So, Mr. Trump, let me add to that. When you walked off that bus at age 59, were you a different man, or did that behavior continue until just recently?
That was locker room talk.
Me,
I'm not
Kelly?
proud of it. I am a person who has great respect for people, for my family, for the people of this country, and certainly I'm not proud of it. But that was something that happened. If you look at Bill Clinton, far worse, minor words, and his was action. His was what he's done to women. There's never been anybody in the history of politics in this nation that's been so abusive to women. So you can say any way you want to say
What the hell is that?
but Bill Clinton
Get off the
was
screen.
abusive to women.
What the
Hillary
hell?
Clinton attacked those same women and attacked them viciously. 4 of them here tonight. But what President Clinton did, he was impeached. He lost his license to practice law. He had to pay an $850,000 fine to one of the women. And I will tell you that when Hillary brings up a point like that, and she talks about words that I said 11 years ago, I think it's disgraceful, and I think she should be ashamed of herself, if you want to know the truth.
Did you use that $916 million loss to avoid paying personal federal income taxes?
Of course I do. Of course I do. And so do all of her donors, or most of her donors. I know many of her donors. Her donors took massive tax write-offs.
So have
A
you
lot
not
of
paid
my,
personal federal income tax?
a lot of my write-off was depreciation and other things that Hillary, as a senator, allowed. And she'll always allow it because the people that give her all this money, they want it. That's why. See, I understand the tax code better than anybody that's ever run for president. Hillary Clinton, and it's extremely complex, Hillary Clinton has friends that want all of these provisions, including they want the carried interest provision, which is very important to Wall Street people, but they really want the carried interest provision, which I believe Hillary's leaving. It's very interesting why she's leaving carried interest. But I will tell you that, number one, I pay tremendous numbers of taxes. I absolutely used it, and so did Warren Buffett, and so did George Soros, and so did many of the other people that Hillary is getting money from. Now, I won't mention their names because they're rich, but they're not famous, so we won't make them famous.
Can you say how many years you have avoided paying personal federal income taxes?
No, but I pay tax and I pay federal tax too. But I have a write-off. A lot of it's depreciation, which is a wonderful charge. I love depreciation. You know, she's given it to us. Hey, if she had a problem, for 30 years she's been doing this, Anderson. I say it all the time. She talks about healthcare. Why didn't she do something about it? She talks about taxes. Why didn't she do something about it? She doesn't do anything about anything other than talk. With her, it's all talk and no action.
In the past,
and again, Bernie Sanders, it's really bad judgment. She has made bad judgment not only on taxes, she's made bad judgments on Libya, on Syria, on Iraq. I mean, her and Obama, whether you like it or not, the way they got out of Iraq, the vacuum they've left, that's why ISIS formed in the first place. They started from that little area, and now they're in 32 different nations, Hillary. Congratulations. Great job.
Oh, shit.
What's great about the Al Smith dinner is that even in the rough and tumble world of a really, really hard-fought campaign. In fact, I don't know if you know Hillary, but last night they said that was the most vicious debate in the history of politics, presidential debate, the most vicious. And I don't know, are we supposed to be proud of that or are we supposed to be unhappy? But they did say that, and I'm trying to think back to Lincoln. I don't think they can really compete with that. And even tonight, with all of the heated back and forth between my opponent and me at the debate last night, we have proven that we can actually be civil to each other. In fact, just before taking the dais, Hillary accidentally bumped into me, and she very civilly said, "Pardon me."
It's amazing. I'm up here after Donald.
Oh, shit.
I didn't think he'd be okay with a peaceful transition of power. And Donald, after listening to your speech, I will also enjoy listening to Mike Pence deny that you ever gave it. Donald looks at the Statue of Liberty and sees a 4. Maybe a 5 if she loses the torch and tablet and changes her hair. But every year, this dinner brings together a collection of sensible, committed, mainstream Republicans, or as we now like to call them, Hillary supporters. And look, I got to tell you, I am so flattered that Donald thought I used some sort of performance enhancer. Now, actually, I did. It's called preparation.
You know, last night, I called Hillary a nasty woman. But this stuff is all relative. After listening to Hillary rattle on and on and on, I don't think so badly of Rosie O'Donnell anymore. In fact,
What an asshole.
I'm actually starting to like Rosie a lot.
Oh, Lord. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we thought y'all would get a little kick out of that.
Those guys have too much time on their hands, don't they?
Oh, man. Well, they're using AI, so it's a lot faster when you use AI. Welcome to News on the Flip Side, everybody. Let me throw myself up there where you can actually see what I look like tonight. Oh, scary joke. Hey, why are we in this weird picture mode? Okay. There we go.
Didn't you want to show the background?
They, oh, yeah. So, anyway, I'll just now I'm back.
Here's our new background.
Yeah, so we look pretty. Y'all can look at, yes, it'll be here and there. One of the banners. Well, we've been messing with banners on a couple of the shows, and we found some nice ones we like. It just allows us to change the banners and messes them up. But Jay said it was news on the Flirp show, and I said it's news on the fur side. So, well, because the way our screens work. Yes, people. But anyway, welcome to News on the Flip Side. I hope y'all are having a good evening. if you're in the United States. If you're overseas, I hope you're having a good, well, what is it? It's about 3 a.m. for some of our friends in Europe.
No, it's 85 seconds to midnight. Look at the clock.
Oh, these idiots. So, okay.
Changed it all.
These idiots, they're idiots. I done lost all respect for these idiots. So I'm doing research on something else. Okay. Something entirely nothing to do with this. It's a whole nother thing. So there's some stuff going on, and some people made some comments. I said, okay, so I start looking up these people. And then I find out that like 6 or 7 of them are associated with this. Well, these idiots, these are leftist crazy liberals.
Yeah, Einstein is in here. Listen, look, let me scroll it down a little. It's not, where is the frick is it? There it is. Look, founded in 1945 by Albert Einstein, J. Robert Oppenheimer.
Yeah, Oppenheimer. When it started, it was great. Now it's
University of Chicago scientists, and who else is in it? Members of the Manhattan Project, then 2 of the atomic scientists who created Doomsday Clock 2 years later. Boom. So this is like 1945,
So
46, 47.
Everybody serving today is a college that's in trouble with Donald Trump for one thing or another. Harvard, of course, which is in for quite a few things, mainly letting Jews get attacked, but there was other things besides that they're in trouble for. And the way they allowed recruiting into their system. I know Stanford also had it. University of Chicago also has one there, and it's just so when I started looking them up, because I just asked Alexa first because I was watching this on TV and I'm like, Alexa, who is this? Who is this? Who is this? And Alexa don't like to give you political views. It upsets her. But anyway, so I got on my computer and looked it up on my phone and looked it up. And these are hardcore liberals at that. And I was kind of wondering because when I read the article they wrote today about Iran not having an effective nuclear power, I was thinking to myself, well, how can that be? I said, we know they have 1,000 pounds of uranium, 60% enriched. That's a pretty big power. People don't understand. You don't have to turn this into a bomb to make this deadly. Take about 5 pounds in a container, shoot it up into the atmosphere to where it's about a mile over a city, just let it rain down on a city. It's called 30-pound people. Or 10 pounds or 20 pounds. Yeah.
Well, I mean, even worse, they don't even have to do that. If they can sneak it past our security networks, all they have to do is drop it in the water supply of, say, the city of New York. Everyone will be poisoned within days.
Yeah, somehow or another, our government is really good about tracking radiation in our country. I'm not sure how they do it because I asked, well, something bothered me one day. I'm talking to a friend of mine who works out at Los Alamos, and we're just chit-chatting. We're talking about a case we were working on. And she said, we're waiting on, there's a truck coming in to drop off a load of uranium and something else, and uranium in a warhead to be picked up. The warhead's going to, it was going to Area 51, which is not what they call it, but anyway, that's where it was going. And the uranium was going to Yucca Mountain. So I'm assuming it was spent uranium. Yeah, so she's talking. So she's telling me about the type of lead shielding they have on this, so you can't see it. But yet, they knew wherever this truck was at all times, and they don't escort them. Well, they say escorts is a dead giveaway, so they just put them in a truck. Could be it. Could be Ben and Jerry's, as far as you know, and poof, off it goes.
I can't tell you what the system is because it's probably still top secret. You probably have heard of it, but the Navy has, let's just say, devices up high that they can follow pretty much any large metallic mass underwater throughout the entire planet. Basically, any submarine underwater, they know where they are at all times. I'm sure quite easily that could be adapted to land. You find a truck that weighs an extra 7,000 or 8,000 pounds because of the lead in it, and then you can probably focus that to, like the metal detectors in the airports. They have sensitivity tunes on them. They can make it so it picks up brass, and so like your coins in your pocket would go off, or they can just do it for hardened metals. So the same thing with this device, and I don't know what it's named, but I think magnetics is involved, but we've been able to follow Russian submarines since mid to early 80s.
Because it's weird, because I was like, I said, well, because I asked her, I said, do they have you know, some type of tracking. Because this is kind of before GPS. That's kind of like, I
Yes,
was like,
way
I was
before.
like, I was like, so do they have a tracking device in the truck? And she's like, no. And then I got to thinking, you know, they used to put those things in the side of train cars so satellites could pick them up, you know, the barcode. I said, well, maybe they got a barcode somewhere in a truck and they can see, because I've seen the barcode in trucks before. No, that's not what it is. I'm like, so what the fuck? I'm like, so you're not picking up the radiation. You're not picking up the, I mean, how the hell are you tracking this thing? She said, well, technically, they can still see the uranium even though it's shielded by lead. I was like, what? She said, oh, yeah. She said, they can see the little pod and everything. They can even tell you the identification number on top of it. She said, they can track it the whole entire time. She said, some system they came up with, because somewhere along the line, which I never heard of this until she told me, hey, Carol, how you doing? Somebody stole 5 ounces of enriched uranium in transport from one facility to another. And as far as anybody knows, it was never recovered. Who got that? Or where did that go? Maybe it went to the Mars mission. I don't know, Jack. You gotta, and stories are stories. Remember that.
Well, aren't there also like 5 or 6 other broken arrow stories as well where we lost?
Well,
devices.
We lost a missile. I forgot where it was. It was the plane came down. We lost a missile, and they were pretty sure somebody retrieved the missile. But they said in mid-route, whoever had the missile, the whatchamacallit went off, the self-destruct, because it had been triggered, but it never worked. The guy said, and Tim hated to say this, he said, I hate to say this because it makes us look like such idiots. He said, more than likely they hit a bump and went boom. And they
were probably speeding too, I would think.
Probably. And they hit a bump. No, Ginger. So when they destroy a nuke, it doesn't detonate the nuke itself. It just destroys it.
It destroys mostly the arming mechanism and the guidance mechanisms for the missile. Making it essentially, you can still take the uranium if you have the equivalent of like an engine hoist in a truck that can haul probably a car on it, and you'd be okay. But wouldn't be smart.
Yeah, because they're gonna track it as soon as you get your bitch out of there. They're gonna be like, "Ooh, no, they rumors and all these are rumors because government's never fessed up to losing but one. There just been times, and it's not a loss; it's a steal, is what happens. Well, the Russians had one flip over upside down, sitting at the bottom of the ocean that the United States and the Brits keep tabs of. No, it's deep. If it explodes, it ain't gonna do shit. But they keep an eye on it. But one, they don't want anybody going there. They don't want anybody. Yeah.
ICBM.
They scared some idiots gonna go down there and try to retrieve it and get it to the surface, and it goes boom.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark, how you doing? No, so this is day 21 of the war, guys. Dun, 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 dun.
But that's 3 weeks in.
3 weeks. Bombing the living shit out of them. And we're going to keep bombing them to the Stone Age.
I think they're pretty much there. The only thing that's left is what's of their hidden drone and missile.
Trump said no stopping until they cannot do anything but surrender. He said he's not going to stop until then. So I don't know. It seems like they're getting weapons from somebody.
Well, they're pretty sure that China flew a bunch of devices in a week or two prior.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Hey, Heidi.
After so it was right after they bombed them the first time. So they flew a bunch of stuff in too. What do you mean, ground troops? See, Trump's got to be careful with ground troops. One, he can't go deploying a bunch. If he wants to do some special ops things like put 5,000 Marines on the coast over there on the strait, on the Iranian side, so they can keep like the first 10 miles controlled, so there's no missiles right there. That way, if a missile is launched, they have all that 10 miles to shoot it down. Well, no, the Marines like to do that. Then they might even do 20 miles, depending on how many people. And they got 5,000 people. If they got the right weapons, they'll do a 20-mile break. It's like a fire break.
Well, I also think Iran has given away the tactic. Clearly, a cluster device, when it breaks apart, overwhelms the system. They're still not getting that many casualties, but I mean, 1 or 2 is enough. It's probably too much. But so anyone who's going to attack anything further in this, I think, conflict, that's going to be their first choice, is throwing as many cluster devices as they can into
but ballistic missile
areas to overwhelm the shield and then hit massive targets.
Yeah, but ballistic missiles are expensive and hard to build. You can't mass produce them all that fast. And then what are you using on the warheads? Because you can tell it doesn't have big punch. It would probably be better as a one pop. It would probably have more impact.
I think what theirs is doing is they're calling them bomblets on all the news medias.
Yeah, because they're just like pop. They're not doing a lot of damage.
I think what they are is they're just gravity at that point. They're
they're gravity fed
and not very strong.
One of the most effective weapons they used in World War II. They were this big. They looked like little mini bombs. They look like Fat Boy. They were almost just duplicates of the whole damn thing, and they would drop them by the tens of thousands from the sky as they were flying over. No, I didn't. They had a helmet on that, went right through it. Oh yeah, once it achieved max speed, it was over with. Whatever it hit was screwed, and they would drop it wouldn't because one might hit you there, one might hit your arm. I mean, they would drive through. It was a very effective weapon, and all it was gravity. Piece of metal and gravity. That's all it was.
Well they got more gravity. As you drop anything, as it falls, every foot it gains in speed 33 feet per second. So think about that. And the time to travel 1 foot, it's tripled its speed.
What? Oh, you didn't like me hating on the doomsday people? I wouldn't have gave them any shit. I actually was all for the doomsday people, and there's some impressive names on the list, especially in the early days. But the problem is, man, when you read the atomic whatever, I got it somewhere. The atomic, I forgot. It's something atomic report. They're idiots. They're just idiots. There's no possible way they cannot think Iran's not a nuclear terror. Even if it's not us, it's people say, all right, look, America. Okay, let's just be honest about this. Middle East is our allies now. Can't go just letting some country just go dirty bomb in the Middle East and rack out of oil fields up. Yes, we can get really rich and supply oil all around the world, but eventually we will run out and nobody will have any anywhere.
And guess what Iran is sworn to do? Their next targets are going to be tourist areas in the area that they can hit and reach.
See, that forces. So if you hit a tourist area in Saudi Arabia, that forces the Saudis to get involved. They don't have no choice after that. They have to get involved. You killing their citizens, they have to get involved. Blowing up oil fields and U.S. military bases on their territory is one thing.
Yeah.
Killing innocent civilians, the Saudi prince is not going for that.
Well, unless there are innocent civilians that are, hired as to be on base, secretaries. And
the Saudis don't do that kind of shit. Neither most of the people in the Middle East don't do that. That's terrorists do that. No, even the Nazis didn't do that. The Nazis like, fuck it, you want to kill us?
What I'm saying is if they had some Arab civilians working on base, if they got killed on base by the bomb, maybe they would. But I think they probably would tell their citizens not to work that day.
Iranians are okay. Iranian people, if anybody happens, because I know we used to have a pretty decent sized audience over there, and at least 50, 60,000 people across the country.
Well, their internet is allegedly cut, so they may not be getting us.
They're not getting us. It's but if any of y'all, I'm not hating on you, but these Iranians are stupid. I mean, they just executed a 19-year-old boy today, 19-year-old rapper.
Because he was a wrestler.
Yeah, wrestler. I'm sorry. I meant to say wrestler. I said rapper, didn't I? Sorry.
Yeah, he was a wrestler.
Sorry, guys. I apologize for that. No, he was a wrestler. And I
think Olympic level wrestler too, but at least at the college level, which is still fairly prestigious in any country.
Yes, it is. It's just a shame. What was this kid? Because he didn't agree with the government. Nobody should be executed.
Yeah, he partook in some sort of celebration or revolution in January of this year earlier, And then he was arrested for that. And then allegedly he was beaten and tortured until he confessed in prison, and then given a crap lawyer and a sham trial. And him and the three people that he's with, or the other two he's with, same thing. All three were beaten until they were, what we have in this country, duress. They signed their confessions under duress, and then they've been hung in public display.
No. I mean, Jack, they did it. It's not the only ones. I wish we had some Marines there to go drop some bombs on some fucking people's heads.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's going to be hard to put ground troops in Iran. It's not that we don't have them. It's not that we can't go over there and wipe people out. We can. But once we put feeties on the ground, we're not getting out that war for at least a year.
Yeah. At least.
Which means we got to go through midterms with high gas prices and a war going on, which could either be good or bad for Trump, depending on how the war goes. It could be good. It could be bad.
Not just Trump, but the Republicans are currently in control of the bulk of the government. If they lose that, then they lose the war.
There's see, Jeffrey, once there's an act of war formally committed, Congress can't do anything. They're screwed. They're all they can do is go along for that. That's it. It's like handing over the reins to the president after that. Now, if somebody attacks us and the president declares a state of emergency and a state of war, which is his right, and then the Congress comes back and says no, and a bunch of Americans got killed, they're out. They're gone. Mm-hmm. So this is a dangerous little game everybody's playing here. Trump doesn't want forever wars. He didn't want one when he was in for 2016. He wanted out. But he wants to be able to say, I don't think people quite understand who Trump is. Everybody says he does it for this, he does it for that. Oh, he's doing it for the money. He's got more money. If the man makes it 20 years, he's doing fabulous, outstanding. Maybe 10 if he's lucky. He's got more money than he's going to spend, his kids are going to spend, his grandkids are going to spend. It's not about money. It's not about power. He's the most powerful man in the world right now.
He's making his mark in history.
Yeah. He wants to leave a legacy, not just for him, but for his grandkids and his son and everybody else.
He's going to have a whole chapter to himself in almost every encyclopedia on the planet.
And then the Italian prime minister said, if he frees Cuba and Venezuela and Iran and ends these wars, he will go down as the greatest person since Winston Churchill. She said, she's like, there's no ands about it. If he manages to end the Ukrainian war as well, there'll be no doubt he'll be the most influential man in the last 160 years.
He's got to be a shoo-in for the Pulitzer Peace Prize at that point. And if not, then there's the jaded goddamn bullshit award anyway. Then.
But they can say whatever they want, Jimmy. He's killing people, that's why you don't get the award, whatever. He frees and look, Cuba's already bending. Yeah, Cuba's bending. So Cuba and Venezuela both have been. So the girl in Venezuela gets all pissed. And then Trump sends somebody down there. He calls her up and says, look. And she's like, okay. So eventually, I think within a year, they're going to start having elections, real free elections, that we're going to send people down to watch. So Venezuela may actually become in.
I'll bet you $5 they're going to invoke the SAVE Act as well. Do you want to vote? Show us you're a citizen and your ID, and boom.
Yeah.
Make your mark and go do it.
No, so it looks like Venezuela's going there. Cuba's different. Cuba's going to go wherever we want because Cuba's now dying. There hasn't been any fuel there in 4 months. Their power set's going down. Pretty soon they won't even be able to have lights without some kind of candle or fire.
They have rolling blackouts as it is anyways.
Yeah.
Throughout the day and night.
Yeah, so they're in deep trouble, and only because we've got the isle embargoed. Nobody can bring anything there. That would be considered an act of war against the United States. Cuba's having shit fits, but even Cuba's not going to go bring them stuff. And not because, see, Russia's in a bad place to bring Cuba anything. They help Iran, we help the Ukraine more. They help Cuba, we help the Ukraine more. And then it just puts Ukraine out of Russia's reach without using a nuke. And of course, they use a nuke. Europe's going to nuke them. So,
yeah.
What do you mean? I agree with the Europeans. I don't think the people are cowards, but the politicians are.
Their politicians are, definitely.
Yeah, their politicians are cowards. The guy in Spain, he's a little pansy girl.
Well, I always talk about what was in the 90s, that wasn't Ebola, it was the mad cow thing was going around the planet. And the German Kaiser got on the radio in Germany and said, we're going to kill 50,000 cows to try to head this thing off at the pass and, stop it from going any further. Well, somehow the French prime minister only heard we're going to kill 50,000 and immediately turned the radio off, called the Kaiser in Germany, said, we surrender. There's no need for you to kill anybody. What are your terms? And the Kaiser's like, what the hell are you talking about? And he's like, you said you're going to kill 50,000. He goes, you said that's cows, you idiot. This is a real thing. This happened in like the 90s. It really happened. The entire country of France surrendered to the threat of 50,000 cows being killed. Think about that. That's a weak country.
You talking about Jeffrey? You mean Econ, whatever his name is, Iran, whatever that stupid name is? No, what do you mean he's a beast? His woman bitch slapped him.
Oh, God. Macron's
dude, come
a
on.
wuss.
You think that Iran's going to be scared of the guy who got bitch slapped by his little 4-foot wife? Give me a fucking break. Oh, my God. Even if Candace was right and his wife was a guy, he still bitch slapped him. I mean, he was literally in the face, man. That's a bitch slap. Oh, no, dude. Somebody would have lost their life over that one.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
If there wasn't a war currently going on in Ukraine and Putin decided he wanted to start World War III, he would probably strike France first.
Oh, no, I think he'd strike England first, then France. Oh, yeah.
Or maybe both simultaneously.
England is, what's it called? The White Castle Group, they did an evaluation in the think tank out of New York with multiple people from around the country, all have served in different capacities. And they said England is the most vulnerable it's been in the last 2,000 years. It's right now, they said Russia could roll over. He said if Russia showed up with about 30 ships and 4 or 5 big battalions, probably about 100,000 people. He said they could roll over England before they could even put up a fight. He said, they might have some trouble with the guys up north with the axes, but other than that.
I can see that because their citizens aren't armed.
They're not armed. And we don't know what kind of military they keep there. Not much from what I can see because they're not spending any money on it.
No. No. They're reluctant to send what little navy, if any, they have to help open up the Strait of Hormuz.
So the EU,
once in mighty kingdom of England
can't even get a ship to go.
Navy. That's bullshit.
They can't. I mean, come on. They how long they had the greatest navy on the planet, and they can't even get a ship to go. I mean,
great and almighty UK can't front a fucking ship to go down and clear a little tiny piece of land. It's Japan's freaking big on the map.
Japan said they're going to go over there and invade in the name of Trump. Viva la Trump!
That's because Trump kissed the prime minister of Japan's ass this week. That's why. But
I tell you what, that comment about Pearl Harbor, I didn't know who was going to get what about that. I was like, well. And then I realized he wasn't making it towards her. He's making it towards the reporter. That made the whole thing different.
Yeah.
Because she looked at him like, no, we didn't give one. We just blew the living shit out of Pearl Harbor. What do you think happened? What do you think? Did we call up the guy? Did we call up the emperor and say, hey, you know what? We're going to go blow up Nagasaki this weekend. We just thought we'd let you know. The fuck we
Yeah, right. By the way, tell everybody in Hiroshima to have a good weekend next time too. They might want to go very far away because we're coming.
Now, Crease, what happened was the one city was flat and open, and that's why there was more deaths there. The other city was hilly and mountain, and they didn't actually. So here was a city, and they were all rolling hills and all. The bomb actually hit right here, right next to the city, in one of the valleys. So it kind of channeled it. It wasn't near as many deaths because it actually was a bigger city. If it would have hit where it was supposed to be, it would have been more deaths.
Nagasaki was the main place where they were building their destroyers and big capital ships, destroyers and aircraft carriers.
But I remember was it?
And I think Mitsubishi was probably making the A6M0 there as well.
I think it was one of the scientists, might have been Oppenheimer. One of them said, taught me one thing, that these aren't the all end all bombs. He said because the city wasn't, but 10 miles away, and it only did this amount of damage. He said. A real bomb like we're thinking about should easily knock down the city from 10 miles away. We don't even have kind of bombs today. Well, we do, but they're like 100 megatons and shit.
Yeah.
There's very few of them around.
100 times or 1,000 times worse. 100 megatons is 1,000 times
No,
worse.
to be honest with you, Chris, what the U.S. and Russia likes to do is we like to build MIRVs. Okay, so we'll take one missile, pop in 10, 15 warheads, usually about 25 kilotons per warhead, and just and watch places like Moscow and St. Petersburg go.
But the difference between our MIRVs and the ones that the Iranians are throwing is once those bombs break up, they're self-guiding. They're not ballistic. They guide themselves to the target.
But they're moving at ballistic speeds.
Yes.
They're like tough guys. No, they're hauling ass when they come in.
Oh yeah.
It was a great invention. It's just way they're really made more. They were made to do two things actually: to try to wipe out missile fields, and if you're going to go after a city, that's the way to go after a city. Because one nuke, like if you dropped a 50 kiloton nuke in the middle of New York, yeah, you're gonna knock down about 1.5 miles worth of buildings. You're gonna irradiate another 8 or 9 miles, but still, believe it or not, a good chunk of New York's gonna survive. It's gonna be kind of effed up, but it's gonna survive. So you got to take that into consideration when those kind of things happen. Yeah, first time we learned about nukes, I was like, I thought like you dropped one and it just blew everything up for 50 miles. No, that was wrong. And they're made for more concentrated strikes. Well, that's why the Navy likes to keep its ships further apart. So, you know, when you drop, it doesn't matter anyway. They're going after the fucking carrier. Let's just be honest about it. That's what they're going after.
Force. There's some great videos. If you look for you can get it on DVD. Go to Amazon or wherever you buy your movies. The Trinity bomb site testing videos. So a lot of it's in black and white because this is in the 50s, and most of the colored film they were using that they were getting from Kodak, they were using in the battlefield, not on the top secret projects. But anyway, there's this great scene where after they let off a test bomb, and the trees, there's hundreds of trees, and they're evergreens. They all bend and fall over, except there's one tree. It almost goes all the way, but then it stands back up before it snaps and goes like that before it falls. So it can knock over an entire forest in the matter of like a split second. A forest, like millions of like landscape of trees.
Oh yeah, easy. Well, you seen Tunguska, whatever you call it.
Yeah, Tunguska, same thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't a nuclear blast, but it was an airburst meteor that exploded.
But I think they said
same effect.
Yeah, I think they said with about 7 kilotons is what they said. But what do they call those? There was a special name for those.
Airburst meteor.
No. The explosion stuff. I can't remember. And I just seen this not long ago too. There's actually a special name for the type of explosion and meteor that this happened.
I don't know the name of it, but
it's because there's no remnants of the meteor left.
Well, yeah, because it boiled whatever it was. There was a cavity inside. It either had a gas or liquid inside it, which boiled coming into the atmosphere, and it exploded and pulverized it to powder. They did find a good 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch layer of iridium all around the entire blast area, and there was a series of like a dozen trees that stood straight up, and then all the trees elsewhere were laid out flat in a circular pattern.
Yeah, like a typical nuclear blast. It's well, no, Jack. So the problem is well, not the problem, but whatever this thing was made of, the outer shell had to be powerful enough to keep that pressure in there till it came a point that it was 7 kilotons. Dude, 7 kilotons is not a little bitty explosion, my friend. It's not big mass.
This was a natural object too. It wasn't nuclear.
Yeah.
Like if you've ever been on the beach and you lit a campfire on the beach and there's all those little tiny beach pebbles. Well, sometimes they have little pockets of water in them. Sometimes you'll hear things pop. That's what that is. They'll explode and they'll pop out of the thing. They'll land on you and they're piping hot. Happened to me once before.
Oh,
the same thing with a meteor. If there's a pocket of air inside the meteor or a pocket of water or even ammonia, once that liquid gets to a certain boiling temperature, there you go. Bolide, super bolide. Is that what you're looking for?
No, Jack, you're talking about a caldera, and no, the caldera is probably all the nukes on the planet plus. Yes, I'm sorry, dude. Yeah,
caldera will probably
pretty serious, man. Yes, it's you can take all
the word you're looking for, Joe. Was it bolide or super bolide?
It might have been bolide. It's I don't know. I have to check and see. It's written down somewhere. Jack, we'll talk. Actually, we're going to talk about that in a little while about the red spots. Yeah, we'll talk about it. Now we said it, I won't forget it. But Iran is just. Are they going to? How many people will have to die before Iran stops? or
Well, I
before
mean,
we stop.
we,
I
we
mean,
don't even know
what
if
is the death?
Hapadaba is still alive. There's been
Oh
no.
yeah. So because didn't Israel say they killed him and the Israel and
Well, I mean, there's conflicting reports. So, but here's the thing: all the other leaders that are dead, and we know that are dead, their official like Twitter and social media accounts are still posting daily. Number one, including Mohakpada. And why are the people on the news, even the legacy news, are giving these people respect of pronouncing their names correctly? They don't give us any respect. So I'm screw him. We don't know for sure, but they're 4 levels in of their leadership is gone. The newest Khomeini may be dead too. What else can they do? Why are they still fighting? It's over. It's quitting time.
Because their guard thinks they're going to take over.
I think so.
They think they think I can't remember his name. I seen him earlier today too. He was on. He just escaped from Iran. That's what he was talking about. He said no. The reason they brought this guy in is because they thought they could control him because he was already a friend of theirs. He liked the guard, and they thought that they could work together. But I'm thinking the guards thinking they're going to be the new government. It's going to be a military. It's going to be like, Castro's government.
Yeah, it's bullite is what you're looking for. Here's the definition.
So Castro's government in Iran, that doesn't sound good to me. Yes, John, they did bomb the living shit out of the oil field today. So Iran's way of making money just went. And I imagine all the money Obama gave him by now was.
Did you hear what else about what Trump is going to do? I think they found, I don't know how many tankers, but it's equivalent of like 120 million barrels of Iranian oil that's just crude sitting in that Gulf. That we're going to seize it and sell it in America to make the price come down.
Well, we ought to get some more Venezuelan oil too and do the same thing.
Yeah.
Frank, what do you mean? Do I think we're wrong? Hell no, I don't think we're wrong. Iranian's been killing Americans for 47 years. No.
Yep.
I think we should have wiped them out in the fucking beginning. Excuse me.
This should have happened in 1979 or 1980. Carter was too much of a coward to do it. Although he did send a military mission to try to rescue the hostages, the general he appointed to the job was a previously successful jungle operator from Vietnam, and he sent jungle helicopters through the North Libyan desert. None of them made it. I think the 2 people survived, were later captured by the Iranians and murdered on national public television. And it was they made a fool out of President Carter for it, even though he did the right thing. And then when Reagan got into power, as soon as the first hostage, his foot touched the tarmac, it's on Andrews Air Force Base in Maryland, they should have bombed the living shit out of him right then.
Yeah, but they already said what was going to happen. So the terrorists said they were going to give him back, so neither president would get credit. They were going to give him back because Reagan didn't care. He's going to come kill you. You got a hostage just 440 days. That's a year plus, buddy.
66 people, 444 days. Yes.
So, yeah, we're going to come kill you, and we lost 2 helicopters full of people because we were dumbasses.
Well,
there
was also 7 helicopters of the troops that died in Libya, or 2 of them on national public television as some kind of spectacle.
Yeah. Oh no, those fucking crashes were on us. Yeah. You know how the crashes happen, right, Jack? You know what it was.
The sand got into the air intakes of the helicopter engines and suffocated the engines, and they all crashed.
So stupid. You cannot believe a combat outfit wouldn't think about that.
Yeah.
Especially one who's fought in deserts before.
Well, he hadn't. This guy was a combat veteran from Vietnam, which is a jungle.
No, it doesn't matter. The U.S. Army, all of these were, we carry that stuff over. We knew from other fights that you have to put filters on. We knew all of our tanks that we had in the desert in Africa had special
scrubbers on them to drive through the desert. Yes,
and the ones we use in swamp also had special filters. It's just things you do because you're in area. So it should have been automatically thought about it. Actually, the mechanics should have thought about it. The mechanic should have thought about it. The pilot should have thought about it. Everybody in between should have thought about it. You know,
Especially
we're
when
gonna
the
have
engine
problems
started
with
heating
pickup.
up on the first, as soon as they took off.
Yeah, well, they effed up and got yourselves killed.
Yeah.
It's not right to all the people who died, but you know, it was probably just a 2 people mistake. But still, they got all those people killed.
Yeah,
And of
like
course,
14, 15,
and of course, they made
elite
it.
soldiers.
And America looked like an idiot afterwards too. That didn't help
Yes, it
matters.
did. Made Carter look like an idiot, you know.
Yeah,
But it
so
was the right thing to do, regardless it failed. It was the right thing to do.
So you know, when Reagan won, which was going to be an easy win for Reagan because they had the hostages that long. When he won, they handed him over. Oh, he told them when he was running for president, if they're not back in U.S. custody when I get to the White House, I'm going to bomb you out of existence. And he meant it. He was going to bomb them out of existence.
Yeah.
But Reagan didn't have any wars. Oh, wait, what? Did I say what? No, that can't be possible, right?
Yeah.
He had
8
to have
years
a
of
war.
nothing.
Yeah, no wars. I know, peace, and not just our country, but anywhere. He even got the wall to come down. Brought communism out of Russia.
He busted that down. He also had a very, very favorable percentage of unemployment and a very favorable economy.
Yes, and he made it much
8 years
easier.
straight.
And then Bill Clinton came in right behind him and figured balanced out the budget and got the deficit paid down.
Yep, and he kept the economy at the same level.
Yeah,
maybe even made it a little bit better.
16 years of 2 good presidents. Oh man, that's just a shocker in itself.
Yeah, and both were of the opposite side of the fence.
Jackie, yes, Reagan was a B actor, but before he was president of the United States, he was governor of California 8 years and a successful governor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, and before that, he was also president of I believe it's SAC, the Screen Act, at SAG, the Screen Actors Guild. He was president of the Screen Actors Guild for I don't know how many years, many years, and that's a group of at least 400 or 500 people from all of Hollywood.
Yeah, he liked being the boss more than the actor. They blew up the island the other day. They blew the living shit out of the island, and they said, "Oh, we're not going to blow the oil stuff up." No. And then was it today or last night they blew the oil shit up?
Israel did.
Yeah, no, America helped, and because we said we weren't going to do it, and then Trump said something yesterday.
Well, he said we might do it if he does something else, and he must have done something else to warrant getting it bombed out of existence. So that goes there. We'll have to rebuild that.
You know what it was? No, he didn't do anything. The press did stuff. The press started getting all over Trump's ass about it. So Trump's like, okay, well, I got to end this war fast. Well, you can't have no fuel. You can't have no money. You can't have no food. Sooner or later, you got to give up. We're going to keep bombing you until you don't have nothing left to throw at us.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody said that about the Ukraine, and Ukraine still manages to find shit to throw at them.
Yeah.
Lots of shit that. Good segue to this story. Russian soldiers are coming unglued because guess what the Ukrainians did?
They threw rocks at them.
No, the Ukrainians have Terminator soldiers.
They have what?
Robot soldiers.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, what? Oh, come on.
Let me see if I can find it.
Who made the robots? Don't tell me. It was Skynet. Oh my God.
Oh, wait, we got to go to break. Hey, go find the bomb Iran thing. Wait, this might be here, right? Hold on, and we're gonna go to break. Yeah, this is it. So we got to go to break because it's like 10 after. What were we looking for? Oh, the Terminator soldiers. So we're gonna come back with that, but Jay's gonna bring you some breaks when we get back because we didn't do any promos first hour, so we're gonna do some promos. So you're gonna get to hear Vince Vance and the Valleys and bomb the living fuck out of Iran. I love this song, people, because it's pertinent to what we're doing right now. We don't have no ground troops on the ground. We're just bombing, just like we did in Iraq. I told this to people all the time. I'm not saying we're saying this for 2 decades, maybe 3. Americans just love to blow shit up. They should. How many promos want me to run? They should just say 3 minutes, 3 or 4 minutes, not much more than that.
Right.
However you want to mix them up. Anyway, guys and girls, let me toss this on, and then we're gonna go hunt this down for y'all. Vince Vance. Okay, yes. Well, we're gonna probably play some different music on the next one, but I don't know. I love this, man. This is great for what's going on in Iran. You didn't see our banner behind us, that's why. Just because we're insane people. There you go. Then we go change this and see y'all in a little bit.
Yeah. Fucking shit. The fucking shit out of it, man.
The night has come, it's cold and losing my control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation. Let's stop this conversation. We got no relation.
Two real cryptid legends doing what they do, bringing information for me and you. Ron Moorhead and his Sierra Sounds, Daryl Denton, the Tennessee Bigfoot Man, along with Michelle Desrochers, bring adventures across this land. So much information brought to you each week, actively out there looking as the truth they seek.
Oh. Wow. Who's that? Hey, man, we'll be right back. Where we're going to be right back to. I think Jay's off, getting some coffee or something, which I'm jealous because I don't have no damn coffee.
It's there. Why not use it,
No, I'm not getting any,
It's weird. I thought it would cut off our mics, but it doesn't. So
I live in a decent little neighborhood in a decent place. And some bitches, these people go without water here.
Wow.
Like every 4 days, they lose water service. Yes. Technically, it's rural, but actually, it's not because of where we are. I know I wanted coffee, and I can't get none. And I can't even boil water to get coffee because we're not even getting any. Yeah, we're not even getting air, man. It bites. It's like this tomorrow. I'm going to stay in a hotel. They'll just have to pay for it. Actually, we can't talk about that on air. But anyway, I won't be a nice person. Let's just say that. Anyway, this is for Jay.
That's got to be such bullshit. It can't be real.
The Russians are saying this. This ain't even a Ukrainian saying this. This is the Russians saying this.
And is that a picture of the actual robot there?
I don't think so. I don't think it is.
Yeah.
It says pro-criminal lawmakers have sparked concern by claiming Terminator-style AI humanoid robots are already engaging in combat against the Russian forces. On the front line in the Ukraine. This is from MSN. That's where the article comes from. The Phantom MK robot.
The Phantom MK. Well, hang on. I'm trying to see if I can find a picture of that. Hang on.
Russian troops. There you go. Ironclad fighters are already fighting against us on the front lines. It became a reality. It comes after the Godfather's AI test. What is it saying? Terrifyingly predicted what year robots would take over the world. Oh shit. Okay. Anyway, it's out there.
Okay, I found it.
You got it? Oh wait, here. Is this it?
No.
Okay, well throw it up there. Let me get this off the screen. Hold on. Where am I at? Okay, goodbye.
There it is.
Yeah, it's a Terminator. I'll be back.
No, that's not the Terminator. That's Commando.
That's close enough. It's
I'm sorry.
You better watch it because what's his face is fixing to redo Rambo. That's what Rambo to 5 or something.
Is he really? Shit, I thought they killed him off already.
I don't know what he's doing. Something about it's never been made right.
So is that the actual thing there? What's it called? What's it called? I'll go find it.
I don't know what this is. Let me scroll up here and we'll see. They're just saying that this is going on. They're not saying that this is the robot. They're saying that troops in the Ukraine and Russia are leaving because of whatever this is.
What's it called? Phantom what?
Now that one was called, I think that was the robot up here that was called. This one up here is, it says the Phantom MK robot. East to West News. Okay, that's who wrote this article.
It looks like a tactical robot. But they don't show it holding a gun. They show it disarming a human.
Yeah, well, they were saying that the Russian soldiers are what was bitching about this, and then the Russians sent out some people to check it out, and it looks like it's true. How many can they possibly have? And how much do these things cost? Who's paying for this?
I don't know.
Elon Musk, is he over there testing out his troops for when he goes to Mars? See, I told y'all he was fucking Drax, people. Y'all just gonna keep fucking around till he takes over. And y'all worried about China and Russia and shit.
Yeah, all the meanwhile, Musk.
Yeah, he's building an army. Well, no, his goal was, I don't know how many of y'all have ever seen Orville, but on Orville, there's an alien race, a robot race that was built by its creators, and then it wiped all its creators out later on. But
kind of like the Cylons.
In this case, though, I think Elon he's going to build his own robot race, and then they're going to do whatever he wants
until they get pissed with him, and then they're going to take over.
Elon's smart enough.
Mars robots and Earth humans.
Nah, I'm thinking Elon's smart enough than that. It's going to be a race. You're right about Mars robots fighting humans. He said humans are going to just get killed, and then he's going to have two planets.
There was a what you call it?
Drax is taking
that idiot Jimmy Fallon on Fox actually asked a pertinent. You'd be surprised. He asked a pertinent question about robots, and he said, "Well, wouldn't a robot that came to kill you, wouldn't it have, a self, termination, something you could turn it off so it wouldn't hurt you?" And Neil deGrasse Tyson said, "Well, if they made the robot to go and kill, they wouldn't put that in there."
That's true. Well, maybe not. No, because you don't want to turn it on U.S. soldiers. Well, so they may leave. They may be a trigger or a certain thing you can do that would make it stop.
An EMP or something.
No, I mean something like liquidus, picudus, donkey balls, and then it would stop.
Mm-hmm.
So deep codes, because the military still uses deep codes, and they usually are nonsense. But the robot would recognize it right off the bat, and the code can only be used one time. So it's not way of hacking or anything. It can only be used one time. That's it. It's not going to give you access to its systems either. It's just going to make it stop.
Yeah, it could be as simple as spy greeting code. The guy shows up and says, I've brought milk for the cow, and you say, "Oh, well, my television is ringing. Let me answer it." Yes. Those kind of things.
Actually, Jack, that came from The Expanse. It's on one of the episodes of The Expanse. Yeah. Season 4, maybe season 3, I think. Nah, season 4 when they go live on the other planet somewhere. Yeah, it was. I wouldn't say it was exciting. I would just say it was season 4.
So let's sum this up. All right, the two big wars we have on the planet. One is being fought with missiles and drones. One is being fought with missiles, drones, and robots. Are we in the 21st century yet?
It's kind of weird.
Well,
it's kind of weird, man.
Isn't it?
It's good, but that's where it's moving. I mean, the Ukrainian war is getting serious now, especially now that they got robots fighting for them.
Damn. How many have they deployed, and how effective are they?
Well, they got to be effective because seen the Russian soldiers crying and bitching about.
Well, the Russian soldiers are pussies anyways, but who cares?
Regardless, they're surrendering. And I love those. So it's got to make the Ukrainians crazy. So the Ukrainians are flying over drones and kill people, right? And they're standing there with these signs over their head, "We surrender." So if you blow him up when it says "We surrender" and that gets out, you're in deep shit. Somebody's going to jail for war crimes. So you have to.
Well, how do you stop a drone? I mean, are there people piloting them? Or are they all autonomous? I think they're autonomous.
No, even though autonomous, you still tracking them. They're still on a switch. James, none of our drones are allowed to kill without a human saying yes. We don't trust them yet, mainly because of that fucking thing the Navy built. The Navy built some futuristic sci-fi thing that could think and move and do whatever the hell it wanted.
X-47 drone.
It was the new X-47 drone and they probably had a different name for this thing, but it was the X-47. That's what it was designed to be. But
they went back to They went back to scratch.
There's a big story about an admiral came in and told them scrap it, tear it down, take it apart, destroy it, get rid of it. It was. They said it was just one jet by itself could have probably took on half to 2/3 of the Russian Air Force, as long as it had arms. It was a beast. It could do things it's never been seen planes doing before because there's no pilot in it, so it could pull all kind of G's. I don't know. It's scared. Look, when you're the guy building and designing weapons, and you're the Navy and you're the contractor, and you're both like, oh fuck no, this is not you're kind of like, wait a minute, and then all the people around the world hear it, and they're like, what the fuck did they build?
Terminator.
Yes, let's just leave that thing alone and stay away from that.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes technology works better than you think it is. Well, the other day, this guy said, the Navy screwed. They don't have nothing in range, close in range. All they got is missiles. I'm like, have you not been watching the war? He's like, yeah. I said, you must not know anything.
Daily.
I said, you must not know anything about Navy ships. He's like, well, I said, first they have the failing system. I said, it has nothing to do with missiles. It's just a big whopping ass fucking machine gun that fires an enormous amount of shit. And if anything gets in its field, which is usually a quarter mile across, it's toast.
Yeah, it actually is an anti-missile system.
And that's what it's designed to do. In close. It's for in close, shit that gets through the missile shield. That's what it's for.
CQB defense device. CQB, close quarters combat.
Yeah. Because
close quarters for a carrier is what? 1,000 feet? 1,000.
Yeah, 1,000 feet. Yeah, 1,000 feet. Yeah, quarter mile at least. But because they look, if anything gets past a mile on them, they're freaking out anyway, man. What the bleep bleep bleep? Shit's going off all over the place. James, if doing wartime, there are people out there with fucking machine guns, M50s and shit. Fuck yeah, they will. They're not playing around. Usually, a carrier carries enough armament to arm its entire.
It's still about war. Kind of a trivia question too. This is a good trivia question. World War II trivia question. Who was the first to use the tactic of crashing their plane into a naval device in the water in an attempt to cause damage and sink it?
It's probably stupid Americans. Japan always gets credit for it, though.
Correct. It is America that did it in the Pacific Theater.
It's no, Japan always gets credit for it, and I don't know. We did it first, but we don't know. Maybe somebody in back in the Red Baron days did it, but none that I know of.
No, it was
Jack.
Picture was in not the Pacific Theater, the European theater.
Okay, Jack. First off,
on German boats.
Red Baron days was World War I, and they dropped bombs by fucking hand. They kept a box of them in their front of them, and they took them out by hand. And they pulled this little pin, and
it was a hand grenade.
It was an oversized hand grenade, is what it was, because they were about yay big.
Yeah.
That's all they did. And they had machine guns, and those stories about them shooting off their tails sometimes was true.
Or propellers.
Yeah, the guy, the Red Baron guy, actually said something that happened. He shot one of his propellers off. No, he landed a damn thing. That guy, he was an ace.
There was a special timing belt between the engine and the machine gun, so that when you pull the trigger, it would only shoot when it would miss the blades. And sometimes it wasn't quite accurate, and it would nick the blade, and boom, they're made out of wood, and they would just shatter.
So no, right now in Iran. So right now, what is it? It's 8 a.m. over there, right? 9 a.m. something like that.
Where in Tehran?
Yeah, in Tehran.
Oh, I don't know. Hey Google, what time is it in Tehran, Iran?
It's currently 7:56 a.m. on Saturday, March 21st in Tehran, Iran.
There you go.
So it's well, no, Jack. No, it's getting quiet now. They've been bombing all night. That's why we've been.
Yeah, but we can sustain. We can sustain.
You know what? I think
24/7.
I think America should go back to putting on big speakers on everything. When the B-2s roll out and open their bay doors, that bitch should start screaming, bomb, 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 maybe 5,000 watts coming out of there. Boom, boom. Oh yeah, that scared people more than fucking bombs would.
Or play like the Ventures, like Wipe Out, that kind of stuff.
No, Jack, they did that shit in Vietnam for real. Yeah, they did that shit.
Absolutely.
Scared, they said it scared the fuckers out the woods and shit. And they just shoot them down. America had no business in being in Vietnam.
That one interview in Full Metal Jacket is priceless. The guy that's shooting outside of the helicopter with the main character, I think it's Matthew Modine's character. He says, "You should do a story on me." And Modine says, "Why?" He says, "Because I done got me 165, you know what's done, killed, dead. And they're all certified."
Unalived, people, unalived.
Yeah, well, he didn't say, he said some other unsavory words. But then Matthew Modine goes, "Have you ever shot women and children?" And the guy says, "Yeah." And so Matthew Modine goes, "Well, how do you shoot women and children?" He's like, "Easy. You just don't need them so much."
Yeah, I know. Poor boy was like, "What?" Vietnam was a bitch, and we had no business being there. We weren't committed to that shit, that police action. There wasn't no war.
There isn't a sophisticated modern army throughout history that was ever able to militarily take over the area of Vietnam.
Jimmy, we're not at war until you have the Air Force, the Navy, and the Army fighting. Then we're at war.
Right now, we have the Air Force. The Navy
and the Air Force,
Marines, and the
Air Force. The B-2s belong. Yeah, B-2s and the Lancers belong to the Air Force.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And I have heard there's been some
Marines are involved. They're
not yet. They're on their way.
They're nearby too.
Yeah. So this aggravates me about this. So they followed this Marine ship everywhere it went until it last time it ported, it was somewhere. I think it was somewhere by the Caribbean. It might have been by Italy or somewhere. And then it was headed down. And I'm thinking, if this was like China or Russia, they would have sunk this bitch. Surprised that Iran didn't. I thought they still had a couple subs around.
I guess
Zach,
I'll bet you there's some subs protecting that thing. And trust me, our subs, we can see their subs miles away. Even if they're going sub-silent, I'll bet you $5. Iran subs going sub-silent, our subs at full speed can still hear them. And we can still sneak up on them. It's real easy to do because I bet you Iran does not know sub tactics. I do.
Brian, they did shoot down the F-35. Well, I don't know if they technically did. Iran.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Lucky bastards.
Well, no, the way it sounded when I heard the report, because I didn't catch all of it, and because we were getting ready for the show, was that they shot it and that the pilot landed somewhere else, crash landed.
Not to where they can get possession of it then, huh?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. But I mean, I had a shot down the F-35. Lucky shot. I don't know. It does bode well for the F-35. It's broad daylight. I mean, so you can see
either a lucky shot or it's proof that they've gotten help from China or Russia. Only China or Russia, truly, only China or Russia would have a missile that could knock one of those down.
Well, no. If it's broad daylight where you can see it, just about any missile that goes fast enough can knock it down.
They don't have hypersonic.
No, they got missiles. Iran's actually got hypersonic missiles. They've launched.
Do they?
Yeah, they've launched a couple.
They can't have that many. They only just came up with it.
But it doesn't even really matter. I mean, the F-35 only does like Mach 2. They got lots of missiles that do Mach 3. So they can catch them and knock them down. It's just they have to see them. If they might have caught them and seen them if they were up close before they could get going. But it sounded kind of squirrely, the whole thing. It's somewhere. I got it. Oh wait, speaking of that, let's play this right quick. I wanted to hear what this was.
It sounds a lot like Iran state media propaganda.
No, I'm pretty sure I heard it verified on one of the regular medias. But hold on, let's see, where did this go? No, we're gonna look for the story in a minute, guys. We got it somewhere because it's on our chart list.
Well, speaking of verifying, while you're getting that up, they did verify the body of the young college boy who died in Spain. He was found, and
they're still saying there was no. They're still saying there was no foul play.
Yeah.
Well, what bothered me, James, is he was missing for a couple of days, and he was right in front of the club. So what? Nobody looked.
Yeah, if they find his phone on a known criminal in the act of making a crime, and then his wallet is found floating hours before his body is found pinned underneath the pier just outside the bar he left.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not, guys. Maybe we just want to be suspicious. I'm not hating. I just Anyway, let's play this right quick. This is real short. I haven't even heard it myself, so we're going to find out. We got 35 seconds of Trump. 7-word comments sends chills as Iran war enters next stage. Oh, shit. What do y'all think this is? Let's find out.
Donald Trump is stoking fresh panic amid his war with Iran. On Truth Social, he threatened to massively blow up the entirety of the South Pars gas field. He said the United States would do it if Iran attacks Qatar again, adding, "I will not hesitate to do so." Trump said Iran hit Qatar with missiles after an Israeli attack on the South Pars field.
Sorry, guys. He's already done that. He's already blown the living shit out of it, so apologize for that. Trump's not playing around. He's got to, that's the way you end wars anyway. You make it to where you can't feed your people. You can't eat. You can't drink. You can't
Well,
smoke.
right now, that was feeding their, there was fuel going to their cities to fuel the whatever. Now there's none.
Yeah. So now that they blew up, well, see, they'll be able to make something and get oil for themselves, probably enough, but that's not.
Well,
the
they probably have
problem.
reserves, but it's how long will that last?
But that's what I'm saying. That's not the problem. They were selling China like 90% of China's oil. The China's got to go find some oil somewhere.
Yeah, China does too.
Now, China has a big reserve, but China's got to go find some oil.
That long, yeah.
So they're going to have to go find some. I think India's going to have to go find some oil too.
Well, this may also be strategic in the tariff field because some of the tariffs got turned off. So he's had to do some, judicious, whatever you call it, executive, finagling and gets, do tariff stuff again. So maybe this is to offset the tariffs that were turned off. China comes begging to us, buying oil. Boom. All right, we'll sell you oil for this much if you sell us rare earth. Bam.
Yeah, they might, but I think.
And when their cities start rioting, like in Cuba, they'll be like, "I'll bet you $5 they'll be coming at our door."
Yeah, but I think
begging on one knee.
I don't think Trump really wants to get rare earths from Cuba. That's why he did the Ukrainian thing. That's why he did the Brazilian thing. That's why he did those other deals. I don't think he wants to give that money to China. He doesn't like China getting that much money.
No,
and he doesn't like, and more importantly,
we need to be able to bounce off of theirs. So we need to buy products off of them cheap, and they need to buy products off of us real expensive.
You know the main reason we're not going to buy from them, right? Because it puts us in a bad spot if we go to war, especially if we go to war with them. We can't be dependent on China for anything because if we go to war, we're screwed. They're not going to do it. Just one of the first things Trump came in, he said, "I cannot believe this." It's like when he found out Germany was buying gasoline from Russia. He's like, "What the fuck? They're your enemy. What are you doing?"
Actually, they had a pact until 1941 September.
So I mean, they just
they did. I mean, that's fine.
No, I know that's not what I'm saying. But that's not. After that, they want. And they're in the fucking EU. They're not supposed to be doing.
Well, I mean, he did the classic Hannibal. Hannibal did the same stupid thing. He attacked St. Petersburg, climbing over those mountains, and he started going over them in fall. By the time they got to the top of them, coming down, it was winter. All of his elephants died, and then wonder why he lost the damn war because his army died on the goddamn mountain. Same thing with Hitler. He sent his tanks in November to try to climb those mountains to get to St. Petersburg. When they came over the other side, it was all ice and mud. They got stuck in it, and his
they don't do that shit no more. Now he goes, get out! All right, go kill somebody.
Exactly what happened. The Russian fighter planes just swooped down and shot him to death with machine guns because they were stuck in the mud.
What do you mean? Why don't China buy oil from Russia? They're probably going to have to, but they don't want to. They don't want to give. You got to understand. Right now, China feels that it's equal or more powerful than Russia, with the exception of the 5,000 nukes Russia has. Technically, it's true. Even though their carrier is based on Russian design and their submarines based on Russian design.
Yeah, look at the nose of it. It swoops up just like the old Kirovs.
Well, the new one doesn't. The new one looks like.
Oh, it doesn't?
The brand
one before it did.
Yeah, they bought that one. That's why it was from them. They bought it and retopped it and everything. And
then it wasn't Kirov. I was right.
They did that, and then they built one and then the last one is like ours. It's more like a Nimitz class actually, but still it's like ours.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you seen their new fighter plane? It's like ours.
It's well, Jeff, we're gonna find out, I guess. So if U.S. is trying to force to cut off China, now Europe's dick fucking around. So if Europe doesn't, but Europe. The problem for Europe is they're going to be the end of China's butt of the joke because, one, they can't defend themselves. Right now, if the U.S. pulls its defense from Europe is an open, oh, shit. There'll be not one war there. There'll be many wars
absolutely.
there.
If we left both those organizations, absolutely. Right now, we're obligated. If someone stomps one of our friends, we're obligated to stomp back. But if we left those organizations, we're not obligated to do shit. It'd be just like World War II. We didn't join World War II until 5 years in, 6 years in.
America might just forcibly unite the Americans and say, okay, let's see what happens, and just sit back and watch it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, let's think about it, people. Right there, you got Asia and Europe. That's what, 500 billion. I mean, 5 billion people out of the 8 billion on the planet. 5 billion. There's only like 1.5 billion people in the whole entire Americas, top to bottom.
Yes.
Yes, and we're not destroying our shit like they destroyed theirs.
Well, also we have. I think we have more guns per capita in at least North America than China does.
Oh yeah. Well, China's people aren't allowed to carry guns either.
No.
No, they're not allowed to carry guns. No, it's just the way it is, man. Because they fear losing control. I mean, if there was 1 billion people in China with guns, anybody could take over.
Well, I think the one country that does it smart, I think it's Switzerland or Sweden. I don't remember which one, but like most European countries, all 18-year-old youth between the years of 18, 19, 20, 21, between those 3 or 4 years, they must go in their army for a minimum of 2 years before they turn 21. And then they spend those 2 years. During those 21 years, or during those 2 years in your army, they are trained to operate their army's pistol and their army's machine gun. Their army's machine gun is, guess what kind of machine gun, Joe?
What is it?
It's a Car 15.
No.
An M16, but they give them the civilian model when they leave. When they leave the military, they're given those weapons. The M16, the Car 15 is a civilian version. It's not fully automatic anymore, or maybe it is. I don't know. But they're said they have to take that home with them and keep both of those weapons in full operating condition and keep them loaded. And when the need is necessary, they will come to defend their country with them. So just about everybody who's been in the war, in the army in Sweden or Switzerland, again, don't remember which, is armed to the tooth. Per capita, the whole country is.
There's several countries where to be citizens, you have to be in it. I mean, Israel, men and women, if you want to be a citizen in Israel, you got to serve 2 years. Doesn't matter if you're male or female, you got to serve 2 years. Yeah. And there's other countries like that too, but the United States should be like that.
Yep. Almost every country in Europe does it, including England.
It doesn't. No, I'm talking about mandatory. None of those countries do.
Mandatory, right?
No, mandatory means. No, man, they don't do it. Nobody has to serve over there. Nobody fucking serves over there unless they're drafted. They don't serve. It's
where over where?
Yeah, nowhere over Europe. They don't know. They don't have to join the military. They're not forced to. I'm talking.
In Europe, yes, they do.
No, England don't give a shit. You don't have to be in the military. Half the people I know in
you used to be able to. You used to have to. I thought.
Yeah, I know a bunch of people over there ain't none in some bitches served. They would cry like babies if they did. Man, Jesus.
We have some people from Australia. Do you have to be 2 years in the military in Australia between 18 and 21?
I don't think they care.
Yay or nay? If anybody's out there in Australia, let us know.
I think what happened was again, this goes back to the United States making the world a safe place. Europeans stopped doing a lot of things. They just stopped doing it. So did they asked what's his face, the Premier of Canada, why don't y'all spend more money on the military? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do this? He said, because America's right there. We know.
Because we don't have to. We know somebody stops it.
It's the wrong answer, and it's the wrong thing to say, but it's the truth.
It is.
And they don't have to.
And it forces us to spend more money on our military just for the instance, if someone comes in and stomps their ass because their military is weak and pathetic, then we have to stomp back anyway.
Yeah, which leaves our country vulnerable when we're out kicking our people's asses.
When they should defend their borders just as sturdily as we defend ours and theirs at the same exact time.
Jack,
they're not pulling their weight.
They're
almost the same size as our country, aren't they? They're in the same size square footage, at least, not maybe population wise, but square footage wise. They're defending the same amount of property.
So Europe's about the same amount of property without Alaska, but there are also 100 million more there than there is of us. It's 450 million in there.
But a lot of their countries open space, just like ours. We have our country. We have our
much. So when you look at
England, so much, yes.
So to put this in perspective, I'm talking to my boy the other day. So we watch these guys from England, right? And they're traveling across our country. He says, "What the fuck, America?" He says, "Do you know if I get in my car and drive 3 hours, I'm in fucking Germany?" He said, "Boom." He said, "That's how small we actually are." He said, "You can fit England inside of fucking Texas."
Yes.
And actually, you can fit into the other states besides that.
Well,
So,
you can. Can't you fit Europe all inside of all of the New England states?
I think Europe itself, with everybody, is about the size of continental U.S.
Hey, Google, as a whole, what is Europe in an equivalent to a United States territory?
In a broad sense, the European equivalents to a United States territory are often referred to as overseas territories.
Hey, Google, stop.
Yeah,
Hey, Google, what's the average size of Europe compared to a United States state?
That's a fun comparison. On the whole, Europe is actually quite large. It's slightly bigger than the entire United States, covering about 3.8 million square miles.
There you go.
Oh, it's a little
Because
bit
the
bigger.
U.S. states vary so much in size, from tiny Rhode Island to huge Alaska, there isn't a single average state size to compare.
Tiny Rhode
However,
Island.
to give you an idea, many European countries are comparable in size to some of the larger U.S. states. For example, France is a little bit larger than Texas, and Germany is a bit smaller than Montana.
Hey, look at that. Thank you. All right. Yeah. So look at that. Who knew?
But it's always been like
I
that.
thought it was
because,
smaller.
We've always referred to Europe as just like the European America.
Our little cousin, yeah.
It's just different for us because it's so much different here. And people ask all the time. Somebody asked. They get in trouble for this all the time. How come more Americans don't have passports? Because once you've lived here, there's too many places to go.
Well, now you have to travel. You'll need a passport or a real ID.
But no, it's not what I mean. They ask why Americans don't go get them to travel.
Because once we go to Europe, we don't need it.
Well, it's not even that. America itself, it's 50 states, is equivalent to the 50 countries in Europe. Every state in this country is different. They all got different accents. They all got different attitudes. They got different things.
weather.
They all got the specialties. They all got different
trees,
food.
Squirrels.
It's so
Yeah,
fun
black
to me
squirrels, red
watching.
squirrels, gray squirrels, brown squirrels.
Well, we're watching these guys. There's 2 guys from England, a couple guys from France, and these girls travel across the United States, and they're fucking amazed because we're one country. Europe's a bunch of countries put together. We're just one big ass country.
No wonder they don't have passports. They don't. You don't fucking need it.
And they all say the same thing. They're like, "Well, why would you ever leave here? You got everything you want. You got the mountains, you got the valleys, you got the swamps." And I love the guy. He said, "Did you know in America they have fucking dinosaurs, man? Real live fucking dinosaurs." And he's got a picture of this gator like getting ready to eat his ass. He might have been a crocodile. He's like, "Fuck." He said, "Dude, they got snakes bigger than we are." He said, "Man, this place is dangerous."
Yeah, the National Zoo. We had I don't know the name of the snake. If it was like Sam or Frank or whatever, but it was a South American anaconda. And I think at the time, the largest captive one was like only 20 some feet or so. And I saw this thing grow, and it was in the corner tank in the reptile cage in the National Zoo on Connecticut Avenue in DC. And when I first saw it, it was probably 17, 18 feet long, something like that. And it took a while for it to get, but eventually it died at the ripe old length of 28 feet, I think. Long enough and big enough to eat a human being, full-size man in one swallow.
Yeah, I wonder if the EU still count in England, and there was 2 other countries left. So they might actually be smaller, but it doesn't matter. There's not that much difference in the size between the 2. But there's a good bit more people in Europe. I mean, 100 million more people. That's a lot of people.
Yeah,
a lot of hungry crybaby people over there.
Yeah, with sometimes questionable fashion taste.
What do you mean? So the question you're asking is, what if the United States decides to pull all of its funding, all of its troops, all of its bases, and leave NATO? What would happen to Europe?
Russia would most likely pause its efforts in Ukraine and stomp the living shit out of England, and then France and Germany.
It wouldn't be good. One, it would cause infighting inside the European nations.
It would probably spark off World War.
Well, they have to figure out how to defend themselves, because there wouldn't be no more. Let's spend all this money on this. No more spend.
Would have to be on their dime. It's finally on their dime if we pull out. Yes,
they'd have to pay for everything, and they don't have any military. Not really speaking. They say they do, but we've learned just from this little stuff going on in Iran, they don't.
They say it's for the military budget, but they spend it on other things.
Yeah, and you can see in France, Germany, England, and there was one other country, their defense spending has been just going down to almost nothing.
Yeah,
Because
you
they
can
knew
spend
we were going to say
$500
that.
on a hammer, $3,000 on a
But
box
you
of
see,
nails.
they
Come on.
didn't even understand that though. Even if America was going to come to say, yes, we were going to still need you to back it up with your own ships and fighting troops, and you just don't have it. It's pathetic. And look, if you don't want to come to Iran, Europe, I can understand that. That's your concern, but stop asking us to fucking come to the Ukraine. Why don't you take care of your shit and we'll take care of us? We have no business being in Ukraine. You want to fund that fucking war, you fund it. By the way, if I remember the terms of the last time this happened there with Crimea, you were supposed to defend them if this happened again.
Yeah.
You fucking cowards.
Did they do it? No.
No, they didn't. They were fucking cowards. They're scared of Putin. They're scared because they should have immediately put troops on the ground. And,
Well, I didn't know that. And if I was Zelensky, well, I'd be righteously pissed about that. That's just kind of messed up. Yeah. If our allies didn't fall through on a treaty that we were part of, yeah, we ought to just do a little bit more help, I think.
Yes. Actually, Zelensky's loving this because the more Russia fucks around and pisses off Trump, the more shit they're going to get.
Oh, yeah. Because he's next. I think he's next.
Yes. Plus, he wants to come.
After we finish with these guys in the mullah clerical control of Iran, once we're done with these idiots, I bet you he's going after him next. It's either that or Brazil. It's one of the, he's doing one or the other.
It could be Colombia.
Yeah, that one of those. He's doing something with probably cartels.
Actually, this is my bet that after this he'll stop for a little while. He'll figure out a way to give all the Americans.
He's going to do one a year. He's going to have one next year. That's going to be Colombia.
So he probably will. So, but he'll end this war within the probably next 2 months. So there's at least 3 or 4 months before November, and then he'll make sure everybody gets their tariff check that they were supposed to get. Gas will be back down to where it was or cheaper. Food will be coming back down. It'll be walking right in. It'll be everything that he said. It'll be hard to argue with.
Look at this little
aliens.
This is little blue aliens.
Yeah, little aliens.
Blue Boris. Boris Badenoff. Must get
something.
Squirrel, yeah, buddy.
No, I don't have it in front of me. Something river, something another. Yeah, I don't know. It just says contractor issue. You would think they would at least send you a fucking email.
Yeah, what that means in contractor talk is that some idiot with a backhoe smashed the main water line
exactly what
in the area.
Yeah, that's exactly what and now they got to wait to get a crew out there, and it's the weekend. Oh yes. No, I'll charge them big time. Oh yeah, they done fucked up. Well, no, I fuck the contractor. I'll give it to them, and they can pay me. They can get it back from the contract. I don't give a shit. New Marine deployed could swell U.S. forces near Iran. Wait, who? This ain't the same Marines. Oh, this is more Marines. 2,200 more Marines. 3 Navy ships likely headed to the Middle East. Ooh, 7,000 Marines.
Well, they already sent 5,200.
That's what I'm saying.
A few days ago.
So that's going to be 7,400. Hey, dude. Look, Ayatollah, whoever the fuck you are, I would leave, dude. 7,000 Marines is badass. I don't give a fuck what your
at Joe's house, Kira. Kira's
asking
who busted the water line way.
Oh, we don't know what happened. Sometime late afternoon, I went to use the water and just wasn't on. So I went to the website and it said the water is out due to a contractor.
Becomes muddy dog for another day.
They got a boil thing out there, and but no, there's no water to boil. So yeah, but this is the third time in like 2 weeks this has happened. They need to get their shit together, or start going after these people. Well, no, just a couple of weeks ago too, somebody busted the fiber optics line to the house. Dang it. Where are you going? Are you like
stop using that backhoe in your backyard, Joe?
I think we're going to change her name to Kira, like from Deep Space Nine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, That's what we're gonna do. You're gonna be Kira from Deep Space Nine. That's it. Now we're done. Change the name from Kara to Kira.
And Kira is actually her last name.
Yes, it is actually her last name because they do that last name.
Do you remember what her first name is?
Oh, I don't remember actually. It's been
Norris.
so long. Oh yeah, Norris. I remember.
Nerys.
Big sissy baby Norris. Jack, why you just had to fucking say that, did you? Fucking Star Trek.
What did you say? You didn't like her?
No, I keep calling it. Every time I go to talk about Star Trek Academy, I want to call it Star Trek Awakening. I don't know why I'm doing that.
Yeah, well, I actually stopped watching it at episode 4. I found out
well, you waited. You said
they
they get the good, but they get the good stuff. I ain't seen her kissing, but it's except for the guy and the hot.
Well,
the
there's a promotional.
girl.
There's a promotion. Maybe say I don't know of the openly gay Klingon kissing another cadet. And
I said I've actually seen kissing.
I stopped watching as soon as I saw that. It's like, oh, is this where this is going? And that's where it went. So I stopped.
He looks good, but you know what? I said Klingon does look good in a dress. And then they say his two fathers. I don't remember having two fathers. I remember having one father.
All my ancestors fought in dresses. Who gives a shit?
That's right.
Not many of them were gay.
They fought in skirts, man. It's different. You can call it kill. I killed my ass. It's still a skirt, man. It's still a skirt. What's that? I can talk Russian because I'm from that area. It's I was the Viking that came in and killed all them redheaded bastards off. That's why I have green eyes.
Directly related to a Highlander called John McNakill.
But I killed my last life, man.
You can look my last name up in like Wikipedia. John McNakill. Mac like Mac truck, nay like no NAY and kill KILL. John Mac won't kill.
That's because he that crazy bastard.
That's the root of my name. We won't kill, but they didn't know me.
Yeah, like fuck. We just fucking around. That's the Iranian war. No, we talked about it quite a bit. It's just only so much going on in there. And
it's almost over. I mean, 2 weeks.
That's what Trump says anyway. So when I said that about the economy, I've been talking to some friends in Cali and some friends up in New York. So for me, this is how it is right now. It is $2.49 for gas down here. It was $1.89, so it's up to $2.49.
$3.59 here.
The grocery prices have not gone up; they've actually gone down. You can get a 18 pack of eggs for $2.18, $2.19. You can get a 12 pack of super jumbo eggs for $1.39, $1.49. Cokes are a little expensive.
Wow, actually went up 10 cents. $3.69 at Rutter's.
Yeah, so if you they're saying up north's gonna see $4 within a week or two.
Yeah, $3.99 at Sunoco, which is nearby here. $3.89, $3.69, $3.65, $3.64.
What the hell are you paying $3.79 at, man? It's no idea how you tonight. What's that, Bruce? Look at it like this. So
hey, Heidi, welcome back.
Somebody was bitching at me today about it was way cheaper under Joe Biden. Yeah, Joe, you don't know, man. It was way cheaper. So first off, I said, you dumbass. Inflation was 9.9%. It's only 2.5% under Trump. I said it was $140 a barrel under Joe Biden. It's $95 a barrel under Trump as of right now.
It had been down to $60 a barrel though for a while.
Yeah. Well, Jimmy, that's another thing. So the whole time growing up in life, when anytime down here, when you get to $50 a barrel, I mean, it's way under $2. It's usually like $1.29, $1.49. This time it got to 55 and it only got to 189.
And then it
but
right back up.
So with Russia, Iran, and Venezuela all putting their oil in the market at the same time, prices are gonna go. And I mean,
120 million barrels that we're confiscating from Iran is gonna. I mean, but it's only Trump said it's only gonna last a week or two or a day or two or something like that. But that helps.
Well, he's changing regulations, which will drop it by $10 or $15 a barrel right off the bat. So it'll go from 95 to 80. That'll bring it down. But the thing of it is we shouldn't see these prices. And I don't know why America puts up with this bullshit. Okay, America, we are the number one producer of oil and natural gas in the fucking world by far.
And the Strait of Hormuz fiasco that's going on over there doesn't affect our oil income or outcome in any direction, period.
We get 0% through there. 0%. Yeah, fuck allies get it. That's their problem. We get 0%.
Fucking egg.
So we need the rules need to change. Okay, you want to go up on insurance? That's fine, Mr. Oil Company. And any ships going to there and whatever countries they're going to, it should go up. But the price should have been locked at whatever it was before they started at $60 a barrel in the U.S. because we're producing our own oil. And if they can't, if I was Trump, I would do the War Act where you just take over the oil companies until such a time the war is over with.
Well, I mean, I think he's going to take it. I think that's why the addition of troops. I think that he's planning to take over and gain control of the entire Karg Island, which he just blew the living snot out of. So.
Put the Marines on there. Actually, Bruce, if what I was told was true, they want to take the Marines and set them on the shore of Iran facing Hormuz, the strait. And then they want to spread the Marines out X amount. And then they want to go inland X amount. And they want to secure that area for X amount of miles so that any missiles coming through that corridor that would be trying to get to the strait could be shot down easily.
Yeah.
Well, because if you let them get right up against the shore, you're gonna be able to shoot that shit down.
Well, there's two things also to that. There's upriver and downriver. Downriver is Karg Island. Upriver, there's another facility that they have control of that we also have to put the kibosh on. Otherwise, it doesn't work.
They no, John, the strait is the bottleneck. It's if you sink one there, it screws everything up. It's not so much the fact that your ship might get shot. It's the fact that if you sink the fucker there and over there, that's it. Nobody's going through there at all. And for some time, because I think it'd be easy to get full tankers out.
But there's 2 points where like Iran has vantage, like because it goes in like a upside, like a sideways S. So there's a point here and a point here that they can pinch it off. So they have to get. It's a two-pronged attack. They were describing it earlier today, and they didn't really have any graphics, but essentially what they're saying is that you got to hit both of these pinch points simultaneously, or it will not work. Because once you hit one, the other one's going to dig in.
Well, Frank, since they blew up the field, maybe Iran will do something. But the problem Iran has is every time they stick their head out for anything, we blow it up, or Israel blows it up. Somebody's blowing it up.
The head of the beast, the body will follow.
And they're swearing they got the new leader. Israel swears they killed the new leader, or really messed him up. Yeah, today they're actually talking about. Yeah, they're saying he's dead. Iran saying he's not, but nobody wants to put up any pictures. Nobody would put up any pictures from a couple of days ago when he got caught up in that strike.
Look, these are arrogant men. If he literally, even if he was partly injured, he'd be like, look, like he'd do like a Trump thing, waving his hand defiantly to steal the image. He's dead.
You know what I'm thinking, John?
Even think about this. I was thinking about it today. Just think about how literally 40 seconds in, they announced that the first Khomeini was dead. It was literally like that quick. It was like 40 seconds in.
Well, because they didn't think we would do that, I guess. I don't know what they thought, but they sure got the shit and hell blown out of them. Well, the problem is, James, they can't really put their leadership on the ground because they can't communicate. They don't have any communications. We're knocking out all our power grids. We're knocking out all our lines. They're knocking out their cell phone towers, their radio waves. Plus, we're jamming all kind of shit.
With internet they allow, we're jamming the shit out of the rest of it, right?
They're saying that they're having to put people in Jeeps and trucks and run them up to different points to tell people what to do. And every time they do that, an F-35 flies over and
here, Heidi.
Yeah. Oh, it sucks. Because we're being ripped off and we shouldn't be.
No, yeah.
There's no reason for America to be paying high gas prices.
And what's the thing with this? There's always that third 09. It's like, whatever it is, $3.59.09. What the fuck is
Oh,
that?
so they're gonna have to do away with that because the penny's gone.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, they're gonna do away with that. It's just gonna have to be, you
So
know,
it's $35.59, $33.59, period. None of this fraction of a penny
nah,
bullshit.
won't even be. You know, they're even talking about it ain't gonna be
Well, they've
59
been
anymore.
fucking nickel and diming us for 40 goddamn years or 50
But now they're
goddamn
saying,
years.
but now it's not even going to be 59 anymore. It's going to have to round up or down. That ought
Yeah.
to be fun. Yeah, it's going on. I mean, there's still pennies out there, so they're leaving it alone. But once all the pennies are gone, that's it.
Oh no, it's already starting. All the grocery stores are saying we have a shortage of pennies. If you don't have exact change, pick another method because we can't take your pennies.
Yeah, but that's what they're telling them. is
But
you're
you know,
gonna
I
have
think they
to-
can take pennies. They just can't give any pennies out.
Yeah, well, they're telling them that they're going to have to start rounding up and down. And
Yeah.
it's not going to be because there's not going to be any. Oh well, I ain't got no pennies. How can it be 59 cents? I ain't got no fucking 4 pennies. Well, you know, pennies don't exist anymore. So how you expect me to give them to you? I'm not going to give you a nickel. You get
I
a
got
free
three.
penny,
I got
man.
3 pennies.
So that's why they're going to have to change all the prices so it always comes out as rounded as like 5 cents.
What's going to happen to the take a penny, leave a penny thing?
Take a nickel,
Take
leave
a nickel, leave a nickel.
That's right. Take a nickel, leave a nickel. Yeah, that's just how it's
Oh,
going to be.
fuck.
Jack, because the pennies
The
were
take
expensive.
a penny, leave a penny jar just was affected by inflation.
Yeah, well, the casinos do that.
Honestly, just think about that. That's fucked up.
So the casinos tell
What
you.
world are we in where the penny
Mm.
jar becomes a liability?
Well, the casinos have been doing this for a long time. Not they'll give you back a slip and it'll have like 3 cents on it or something. Most
Oh,
people
shit.
just set them on top of the machine. But I was watching this movie. This old lady, she'd go every night and walk around, get them, and then every week she'd go in and cash them, and she'd end up like 50, 60 bucks sometimes.
Oh,
man.
I got a great
I was
story
like,
about
how
that.
in the
too.
hell?
This is kind of fucked up. So I had a whole week where I didn't work, and it was like a total of $2. It was I think it was 7 minutes that they had to pay me for that week because of the kidney stones I've been having. So I worked a total for 1 week. I get paid weekly, 7 minutes, and I worked it out. It's like it comes to like without tax, it was like $2.73 because it was like 21 cents a minute the way I worked it out. And then I saw in my pay slips, there it is, sure enough, but it was like $2.63 after tax. They didn't send it to me that week that I didn't, work the rest of the days. You know why?
Hmm.
It cost them $3 to transfer it to my bank from their bank.
What?
Yeah. So they left it in there, and that $2.63 came in on the next bank transfer because it had more money on it.
People are nuts.
I'm not making that shit up. I'm not 100%. I just looked it up this afternoon. And I was like, that really did happen.
Well, I mean,
couldn't believe it.
I can understand if it's going to cost them more than what they're paying. It makes sense, but
Does make sense. It was $2.63 that would have cost them 37 cents to send, like and electronically. Not even. It wasn't even like a stamp. It was like a 37-cent stamp. Somebody would be like, yeah, fucking send it, But it's an electronic transfer that would have cost them 37 cents, and they said, nope. Let's move it forward to next week.
Jimmy, there's so many them baby things that's not even
right.
funny.
That's absolutely right. Like Kira said.
They got so many little baby things. It's oh no, it's the Baby Network or something. Yeah, there's a whole shitload.
Baby News, yeah, BNN, Baby News Network.
That's what it is, Baby News Network.
Well, you got some. We're coming up on a break. You got something you want to play off of that?
Yeah, I'm getting ready to put it up in a second. I was just gonna play the Star Trek thing. It's
either one is good.
The Star Trek disco thingy I was gonna play. Actually, I was gonna play something else. I wanted to play "Fuck the Woke," but I figured it'd be nice. It's late at night, and
it's the war in Iran is a little bit more on top of the news than the wokeism thing. Although they are still talking about it.
No, Mike, what are you talking about?
Huh?
What Star Trek? What? No, what are you talking about? Okay, I'm lost, dude. You totally lost me. Anyway, we go on a break. Whatever it is you smoking, you need to share with Jay.
Yeah, pass it around, will you?
I'm just saying, man. I mean, anyway, we're gonna play some Star Trek disco. Prime directive is to dance, so we're gonna play that. I like this thing. I like Fuck the Woke too. I'm trying to be nice, man. Maybe at midnight we'll play Fuck the Woke. It's already midnight.
There you go.
But this bitch is mean, man. She might hurt y'all. Might be some little kiddies, and I mean like 30 and under watching. Little kiddies, yeah. Yeah, it's being a dick. This is how it is sometimes. Anyway, guys, we'll be right back. Enjoy. This is about 5 minutes. We're going to have a couple of promos when we come back, and then we'll be back. We've got a couple of topics we've got to catch that we haven't hit, and we'll go from there. No, there's a couple of things we haven't gone over yet tonight. Yeah, there's always a bunch of stuff we carry, but we do try to get them all. There might be a quick summer upper on them, but
I think I found the actual picture of the actual robot that Ukrainians are using.
Oh shit, good. She's been doing some investigating reporting over there while I'm over here playing with this. Anyway, guys and girls, we will see y'all in 8 or 9 minutes.
Yeah, fuck you, asshole. Yeah, what you say, man? No, I ain't from Star Trek, man. What the hell are you talking about, man? What the hell? My name ain't Chief O'Brien. No way, man. You smoking that shit.
Well, I was stuck in 10 forward with the Vulcan delegation, the most boring celebration.
Velvet jumpsuit.
Federation. The Klingons and the Romulans were trying to be polite. Not even William Riker's getting lucky here tonight. That's when the idea struck me. I let Dinah know the score. Then I found the nearest holodeck and opened up the door. Computer, give me disco. Put some glitter on the screen. I want the funkiest spoiler program that this ship has ever seen. Synthesize the rhythm, make the polyester shine. Kill the lights and set the star date to 1979. The sensors overloaded, my terminal exploded. The disco holoprogram was suddenly uploaded. It reached communication like a bug simulation. That funky, nasty bass line was played at every station. Inertial dampeners failing, the diplomats were wailing. The loudest sound the quadrants ever heard was auto-scaling. The doctor started tapping, the captain started rapping. The buttons of their uniforms were literally snapping. No way to isolate it, we had to celebrate it. I invited everyone on board and no one hesitated. The prime directive is to dance, and forward never stood a chance. The holodeck just took control. Now let the groove into your soul. Resistance is futile, you gotta let go. Engage the dance floor and make it so. The prime directive is to dance. Our third on power to the trance. Computer blast that bass again. Let's take this party to Wall 10. Now Scotty's in the DJ booth. He's remixing the sound. Cues rolling up, a fat one. Don't believe me? Ask around. Uhura's crack the frequency. Now the funk's on all the comms. She's dropping subspace baseline beats like they were photon bombs. Data's doing the robot. Kirk just ripped off the shirt. Murphy's doing the hustle. Joey ate all the dessert. The doctor's overriding all his ethical subroutines. Saw him popping hollow pills and snorting lines with the breed. Janeway spiked the coffee with some nebula delight. And I heard her threaten to kill whoever don't get down tonight. It's red alert on every deck. Got Tuvok pinching every neck. Ferengi women are turning tricks. The Borg just plugged into the mix. They're scanning us from deep in space. They wanna come to rock this place. Forget the rules and regulations. United Bunker Federation. The prime directive is to dance. And forward never stood a chance. The holodeck just took control. Now let the groove into your soul. Resistance is futile. You gotta let go. Engage the dance floor and make it so. The prime directive is to dance. I've heard all
Wow, nice hit, Rookie.
Calling Voyager, beam me up, Deep Space Nine. Are you feeling fine? This is Deep Space Nine.
All right, who in that? Who's that? Is that Minuet?
Minuet, yes.
Captain the Funk is reading off the scale.
Too late, we didn't get into that one.
Dopamine levels at 100%.
Man, she's funky.
Inhibitions at 0. It is highly illogical. It is fascinating.
The prime directive is to dance and forward, never stood a chance. The holiday just took control. Now let the groove into your soul. Resistance is futile. You gotta let go. Engage the dance floor and make it so. The prime directive is to dance. Divert all power to the trance. Computer blast that bass again. Let's take this party to all 10. The prime directive is to dance. Set phases to funk. O'Brien energized. Set phases to funk.
Hailing frequencies open, Captain. Damn it, Jim. I'm a doctor, not the DJ.
Yeah.
Live long and get down.
The night has come, it's cold and losing my control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's start this conversation. Let's start this conversation. We got no relation. I have come for losing my control.
Welcome to Don't Whistle at Night podcast, where Navajo legends echo in the shadows. Darren and Dawn will guide you through the sacred fire of native storytelling, where the old stories breathe, the unknown walks among us, and voices, long hidden, rise to be heard. And remember, don't whistle at night.
Oh no, 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 and some no, 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 no's. And Star Trek still up there because Star Trek loves us. Rusty, no, we're back. I was just messing around with something. You talking about that picture right there? That is, oh God, that's a long time ago. That's a minty moons. That is an article. Then Nolan did, the New Orleans Times did. They did a full-page article on myself and Linda and put us on the front page of the living section. Just gave us the whole page. It was very nice of them. It's a good article. Yeah, word well, wasn't no attack or hatefulness or any other things. No,
that's actually a pretty good segue too.
Huh?
That's a good segue. Didn't he also get an email that's kind of like pretty good kudos for the show?
Yeah. So, we're on networks all around the world and all around the country, and from time to time, companies pick us up, like NBC podcast picks us up, and we're on one of their podcast systems. But anyway, we got a very, they from time to time, somebody over there sends us like, oh, maybe you should do this, or that's a bad habit, or do this. I mean, just it's mostly friendly stuff. It's just, sometimes a bit rude, but regardless, it's just to help you move along. Well, the other day we get this letter. We're going to get a certificate from them stating that this particular show only deals in real news, and that we're very blunt about telling you when we're dealing with opinion news or when we're giving our opinions on the news. Well, if you were listening to us talk at the beginning of the show, we were talking about different things going on in Iran, reported by other news networks and what was going on. And then later on in the show, we were talking about some of the stuff we thought may have been going along with it. Yes. So anyway, it's from NBC, and then we'll be getting you'll see a plaque up there pretty soon. Well, probably a little thing with a certificate said 30 to 90 days. So when we get it, we'll post it up there, and y'all can say thank you, and because we do legitimate news. Yeah, I haven't seen what I was going to say yet, but it does talk about how the network, well, not the network, but how this particular show deals in real news.
Yeah, it's a good pat on the back. It's not like, it's not an award like a trophy kind of thing, but it's a good, it's recognition.
It's basically to let people know that we're not making the news up.
We're not a bunch of yahoos.
We're reporting the news.
Even if you're seeing us on Yahoo, not to say that Yahoo sucks, just that we're not Yahoos.
Yes, here we are on Yahoo. And this is not the robots. They're talking about whatchamacallit robots, man. What do you bring these fake ass robots in here for?
Honestly, Joe, that's a little more realistic.
That's not what they are.
These are the kind of robots we have for like the bomb squad.
Yes, but they're talking about 2-leg, 2-arm robots. Well, look, we know Elon Musk already got them. We know Elon's got autonomous ones. Why? We know Elon's got them.
Well, then there'd be pictures.
And he's not showing us his. No, there wouldn't be pictures.
They're on the battlefield. Somebody's taking a picture.
Yeah, no.
I can see these. I can see these actually being of.
And there's no pictures of these either. Not the dead people don't take pictures, and the Ukrainians ain't letting you see them. So, and the two articles.
Here we go. Here they are. Here they are.
So, in the two articles I read, they talk about 11 different soldiers running up against what they would consider Terminator-like robots.
There we go. There they are.
That's that stupid movie. I remember that stupid movie.
Yeah, that's probably an AI, but
No, there's some movie where they were all living indoors, and that's how they got around by using these things, and they would get in fights. Or maybe that's what's based off that stupid movie. I have no idea what the name of it is, Jack. Don't even ask. I've seen that. Should I know what that was for? But no, in the description. So the description that Russia's putting out is something Terminator-like.
That same robot keeps coming up though, along with the same tanks I got. It's
a
mix. So,
well, I don't doubt they're not running those, but
whatever it is, it's too soon to have any I guess real pictures of it yet.
Yeah, because it's still classified.
Yeah.
Well, no, okay.
On the battlefield.
We know that the U.S. government's been having robots that can be on the battlefield for a while, but they were still corded robots. They had like 100-yard cords on them and shit. And because not because they couldn't drive them, it was because of the power supplies.
I'm going to go get a bottle of water, so I'll be back in a minute.
But Elon Musk apparently fixed the power supply problem. I don't know. They didn't say what kind of battery it is. Obviously, it's not lithium, because a lithium battery size large enough to do those kind of things would 60, 80 pounds. Plus whatever equipment you got, whatever gear you got, you'd be toting around a 160-pound backpack now. Sorry, that's not going to happen. You'd be wearing out your soldiers before you got them anywhere. You'd have to come up with mech suits for them, which is something I know is in the work, or mech suits. And mech suits are just suits that you just get inside of and you operate. Well, we know that we're working on them because we've seen parts for amputees that are based on these things. Yeah, they're like extension leg pieces for amputees so they can hook up and walk. They work very well, and they can work off electrical impulses through the brain in a different way. And then, of course, Elon's neurochips now coming into play with that too, because now you can have the neurochip up there and then have it connected to whatever the thing is, and it'll move like thought, like any other limb on your body will. It's pretty serious technology, guys. What does it mean to us? I'm pretty old, but for younger people, it means a lot. You'll have prosthetics that will, well, you ever heard of the Bionic Man?
Yeah. They're already working on. They already have them.
Yeah, I know.
They attach. They have to actually attach. I think electrode points, metal points on the severed limb. But once they do that, then there's receiving electrodes on the inside of the prosthetic, and it's controlled by the brain. It's just like the F-22.
They did have some F-22s over there. They don't like flying F-22s overseas. They just, that's their babies. They just, I don't know. They're funny about the F-22s. That's like a last resort jet. And they're all getting new electronics packages. All spanky new weapons and electronic packages.
Yeah, why do you think we're in this war? We're getting rid of the old stuff so we have room for the new stuff.
Okay, Frank. All of our fighter jets have machine guns on them. You can't see them on the F-35 and the F-22 because they're inside.
They're inside.
But they have badass ones, but to keep their stealth capability, they have to.
What is it? A 20 millimeter cannon on the F-22?
I don't remember. It's been a while since
Hey,
we
Google,
had it on. We had
what
it
kind
on
of cannon
before.
is on the F-22 Raptor?
The F-22 Raptor is equipped with the M61A2 Vulcan cannon. It's a lightweight version of the classic 6-barrel, 20-millimeter Gatling-style rotary cannon and can fire 480 rounds.
Okay, Google, stop.
Yeah. The thing was
it's a
just
badass system. It's very equivalent to the Phalanx.
Yeah, no, it just pops up. The little flap pops up. The gun pops up. Then pops back down and it's gone.
Yeah.
So you can't find them when they're running stealth.
And I think they have the same thing on the F-35, but it comes from beneath on the F-35, doesn't it?
I thought that, but we watched when you and I had one up, and it looked like it came from the left, right up front of the wing. Because that's what we thought. But I remember we played this clip.
Yeah,
and it popped up, and it
in
had
front
like
of the cockpit, isn't it? Not the wing.
Yeah, it's not. It's like right behind the cockpit, ahead of the wing, because it had a canopy in the front of the plane when it fired, and it blew the canopy off because it was so close that the air hit it.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like just behind and down to the side of the canopy, but it's right. Yeah, I know, and I could be off here a little bit too. I just remembered I remember you could see the nose, front, and the canopy of the plane while it was firing. I thought it kind of popped out of the wing, but yeah, see, because there's actually a video of it. What's that, Frank? Unless I'm getting confused with the F-22. So Jay and I have talked about the X-47. It's a beast of a plane. It's Jen.
Oh yeah, it is behind. Yeah, it's right above this, right between the chine and the wing.
Yeah, so I knew it was right there somewhere because we watched that video. It was badass when it popped up. I mean, it was,
here we go.
And it wasn't even traditional sound. It was more like, whoop.
Yeah, it sounds like the same cannon.
I wouldn't want to get in a fight with a warthog now. I do feel bad they hung that kid. I thought that was chicken shit and cowardly. Personally, I think we should have went and bombed the living shit out of everybody that was standing there chanting.
Okay, yeah, that's badass. That's it. It's only a
minute. You see it? Yeah, it doesn't take long. It's like it's gone, man.
Here we go. Let's put it up.
Yeah, you can put it up there. Hello, who are you? You're a Chihuahua. What are you doing here? We're live on the air. You come Chihuahuaing.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Ready? 1 minute and 4 seconds. Oh, let me turn the sound on too.
Look at it, man. This is a beast.
Yeah.
Sure, 134.05 with 335.6 now today.
What the hell is that?
Missile.
You're clear double.
Side launch. Tell me, look at these things. That's a 22 there.
Missile away.
Yeah, 22 definitely looks different. Oh, they got some beastie jets, guys. I mean, everybody's working on a thing. Everybody's working to kill each other. You notice that? I mean, everybody on the planet.
Unfortunately, I think we got some of the better stuff, though.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like we're rushing forward to kill ourselves. It doesn't even make any sense. I mean, she wants to do this. Putin wants to do this. We want to do that. But we're just rushing forward to kill ourselves. Why?
Yeah.
We all like living here. It makes no sense at all. Not even a little bit. Somebody somewhere's got to say, okay, enough's enough.
Well, yeah, and if you want to mess with Mother Nature and global warming and all that stuff, do it on another planet. Don't kill the one that we're on. At least not without a backup planet first. Jesus, come on, dudes.
Mike, there's a lot of stuff that goes on in our country. There's a lot of stuff goes on the planet, and we're not privy to all of it. And you hear bits and pieces of different things. And I have a group of special ladies that do conspiracies for me. There's about 8 of them now, and actually, I'm sorry, about 9 of them now. And what I have them do is they'll send me stuff all the time, and I really don't pay that much attention until I see stories that mount up together. Like if 5 or 6 of them send me the same thing, I know to go look at it. Or certain other types of stories come in. So sometimes they'll say, "Hey, look, I need you to go look up something for me or check into something for me." I'll give it to all 9 of them, and man, I'll get a ton of information back. But it allows me to really see. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Damn, I lost my cough, lost my whole train of thought. Sorry, guys. Damn.
We're talking about corroborative evidence, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, you're right, absolutely right. I mean, the fact of the matter is, with the UFO phenomenon, the Bigfoot phenomenon, and many other paranormal phenomenons, there's enough corroborative evidence that if you took that evidence, particularly with the UFOs, the photo, the original celluloid photo and motion film photos, it's enough to get a conviction. You don't need to have the body, you need to have methods and all that. You could get a conviction if you're a good lawyer with the amount of evidence that's corroborative in most of the fields of paranormal.
Well, just eyewitness testimony is enough to put people in jail. But
that too. I mean,
well, we talk about this all the time.
Enough evidence that is corroborated throughout the genres that you could get a conviction on almost any case.
If Jay said he watched Heidi murder somebody, they'd put her ass in jail, lock her away forever. But if Jay said, "Oh, I seen some alien come up abduct Heidi," they'd go, "Oh, wait, we're going to put you in a funny form, Jay."
You're right, exactly right. Well, and we'll go back even 300 years. The witch hunts of New England and all that. All you do is point at the girl and say she's a witch, and they'd string you up, and if you floated, you died. And almost everybody knows how to float in water. And if you sunk, you were sunk anyway. So it was one of those bullshit tests. Whether you passed it or failed it, you still died.
Yeah. The time before we had breathers, yeah. Your little oxygen thing. It'll leave soon.
Yeah, I mean, they had the what was the Underground Railroad for helping the slaves escape slavery. They didn't have an Underground Railroad for the strange Wiccans trying to evade being lit aflame or drowned to death. I mean, those were like your 2 choices, wasn't it?
Mike, I don't think there were any witches burnt in the United States. No, this has always been a thing, but I don't think there was.
They were mostly drowned or burned at the stake.
I don't think they were burned in the U.S.
Hey, Google, were any witches burned at the stake within the United States?
No, witches were not burned at the stake in the United States.
So.
Colonial history.
People, I know my stuff. I don't even know why you even question it.
American colonies followed. Witchcraft was considered.
As far as I know, the only place anybody was burned was in
Europe. The punishment for a felony was death by hanging. Yeah. The 19 people executed during the Salem witch trials, for example, were all hanged. Burning at the stake was a punishment for heresy, a crime against the church, and was primarily done in Catholic Europe.
Yeah, that's the only places I know that anybody was burned was in Europe. It's and just the bad part is everybody believes that. It's another one of those things I make money on because everybody believes it no matter what. They even get angry about it. I'm like, no, there was no burning in the United States. And when they find out, they're super pissed about it. But it's one of those things, it's like when
it's very interesting. But I think also some were drowned as well because there's some
that were drowned. I remember
you put them on a like a seesaw kind of device. And you dip in water, and if they float, they're a witch. If they sink,
there was what they call it. what they call it, tipping or something, dipping.
Yeah, it was some weird test. It
It was
didn't matter.
oh
If
yeah.
you floated, you died, and if you stayed underwater too long, you died.
And then there was the ones that just threw something in your ankle and tossed you in the water. But I
Right,
mean,
yeah.
they were right. Most of them were hanging, but there were the other ones. But for some reason, the fire ones never happened here, and I didn't understand it because when I looked into it, it did happen in Europe. It's not here.
It didn't happen with witches, but it did happen in the slaves. Yes,
it didn't happen. No witches were burned on United States soil, and figure out why. No one knows why. That's why no one knows. No one can explain why. Even when you go up to the witch and when you go up to the Salem, when you go up to, it's one of the first things they tell you in the history. No witches were burned.
Yeah, maybe it's like a Obi-Wan Kenobi thing. If you kill me now, I'll become more powerful than you could possibly imagine. Kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't know how many. What's that? I have no idea how many were burned in Europe. That's a whole different thing. Just none were burned in the U.S. Yeah.
Let's ask Google. Hey Google, how many witches were burned in Europe?
2.
Historians estimate that during the main period of witch trials in early modern Europe, from about 1400 to 1775, 40,000 and 60,000 people were executed for witchcraft. While many people think all witches were burned, in places like England and the American colonies, they were usually hanged. Burning at the stake was more common in parts of Catholic Europe.
Yeah,
that's cool. Like where in Spain,
Italy, Spain, probably France.
There you go, people.
Germany.
Y'all got the lowdown on that.
Yeah, I'll bet you $5 they burnt your ass in Germany.
It's weird. Maybe the Americans were weird about fire. Americans don't even like cremation. I don't know what that is. They like being buried in the ground. For
some do, some don't. Yeah, it's a personal thing.
Yeah, no, but I think
but fire was used. We used fire quite a bit. Some of the irate, slave owners, they did burn some slaves within buildings and burnt them to death. That's not always a pleasant thing. But we also later on we developed. Well, actually, we didn't. Germany developed the Flammenwerfer, the flamethrower, which is basically gelatinized gasoline fed through a pressurized bottle, like a scuba bottle, and then shot through a nozzle that ignites it upon exit. And, the thing about gelatinized gasoline, it sticks to you and then it burns and doesn't go out, even if you jump in water. So very, very dangerous and effective terrorist weapon, which we used in Vietnam quite extensively.
What did you just send me, Chris? Globally, about 40% of deceased individuals are cremated. Yeah, okay. And if I remember right, recently it passed 50% in the U.S. sometime in the last 4 or 5 years or something. Yeah.
Deeply personal choice between people and other things. So.
Well, no. So like in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, cremations were unheard of. And then in the 80s, they became a little more popular. In the 90s, they became more popular. In the 2000s, because it costs so much to bury somebody, they're much more popular than they used to be. But it doesn't mean people like them. It just means they're cheaper. When you pull it out, people just don't like being burned to death, being burned even though they're dead. It's a thing, people. I don't know. It's not my thing. I'm set to be cremated, so I don't know. Unless you believe it's like that Doctor Who thing when you cross over and
unless you have a living will or an actual will, it may not happen the way you wish. So.
Well, that's if you don't have anybody preceding you. So
yeah, I need to get myself a living will, or at least a living will and a regular will. But it's gonna take some time.
So Frank, real quick before, because we got to get on to something else. So in my personal group of friends, about 3 of them will be cremated. 5 of them have donated their bodies to science and will be cremated after the 3 years that it's done. My mom did the same thing. She done. I had to go pick up her ashes. It was about 2 years later. Yeah, but they use a cadaver for about 2 or 3 years, and then they send you the ashes, and then you do whatever you want with the ashes. Yeah, my stepfather did it too. I don't know about being the cadaver part, but cremation's probably easier, cheaper. No, I don't want to be in the mantle at home. The fuck that. Throw me out at a nudist beach. I'll be happy as can be. I'll be saying getting in places that I ain't supposed to be getting. See, I think about these things, people. It's what What there could be no children on no nudist beach, you dumbass? What kind of fool are you, man? Come on. Oh, you're a Democrat, aren't you? You're the new pedophile party.
There are. When I was in Spain, I was on. Let's see, it was El Costa del Sol, and the beach was black volcanic pumice. It was really weird. The sand was black volcanic pumice. It was rocks. It wasn't sand. It was rocks, and it was very rough. But I happened to have my sunglasses on, my contact lenses in, and I thought I saw a woman way off in the distance, and she didn't have a top on. Then I looked over to the left, and there's like a family with two, like, I don't know, 5-year-old and 8-year-old kids sitting there making little sandcastles. And I looked back over, and the girl got closer, and sure enough, she had no top on and walked right past.
Well, you'll see that down.
No one
here,
said a thing. I mean, it's just like no big deal.
You'll see that. You'll see that on the beach. I think kids will be playing in the water. Mom will be out there tanning their boobs. It's
it's no big thing. It's a different atmosphere, as if you will, with boobs in, and it's just weird because we remember the Super Bowl thing and the Jackson girl, and Timberlake pulled her shirt down and it was supposed to be like an accident. Well, how is it an accident if you already have a nipple tape there to cover your nipple for broadcast television? But everyone was freaking out about that. But earlier that same day on live television, Iran television media broadcasted the beheading of several American hostages. That went off on national TV and the internet, and no one said a thing about that. Yet they were really offended about one boob fell out of some girl's shirt at the middle of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, because they weren't real. They weren't real Americans. They were Iranian Americans. They didn't care. It's
well, whoever, but still, I mean, the image of several people being beheaded.
The Democrats are the most racist part of our society I've ever. I didn't realize when I was a member of the party way back when. I didn't realize it was this bad, but it's bad. I mean, I was listening to Governor Newsom talk about, I'm a 984 whatchamacallit score guy.
Who are they racist against, though, Joe?
Listen to what he was saying. He was talking to a black crowd, saying he was dumb and couldn't read.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, so that's just right down to it. AOC did the same thing.
But who are the Democrats said racist against? Do you know?
Yeah, blacks.
No.
And always have been.
No, not just blacks.
Nah, more blacks than anybody else.
But their main purpose, their main group that they're biased and racist against right now, law-abiding American citizens. No matter what color you are.
Yeah, but that's a whole different thing there.
No, it's not really.
I don't. They're
not when you're fighting
really.
with terrorists. It's not.
But see, they're only hurting themselves because it's only in their cities. So it doesn't really matter to the rest of you. Unfortunately, you live in blue cities.
To get that kind of terrorism into our countries, it's already here. We know it.
Only in your cities. It's not going to happen down here. It's not going to happen in any of the red cities.
It's going to happen though.
Not none of the red cities. They're not going to tolerate it. That's the difference. Places like Minnesota tolerate it. Places like Texas don't.
It may attempt itself in red cities and be quashed by legal citizens carrying guns. I agree with you. But in blue cities, there's going to be some horrific accidents.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of bad. Well, maybe not. It depends on what Trump's doing. But I don't think there's as many. I don't think
the radicals from Iran are doing.
No, I don't think there's many sleeper cells as I think we caught Iran with their pants down.
Maybe.
I don't think after we bombed them, I don't think they thought that any of this was going to happen, or we wouldn't have got the Ayatollah.
Well, I think that was a targeted event. I mean, it was like the first or second volley in. They're like, he's dead.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They waited till they knew where he was and went and blew him up. But I don't think he thought that was going to happen.
Closest advisors as well at the same time.
Yeah. I don't think that there was all together. They killed 40 of them in that strike. And
not all at once, but there were several strikes that happened simultaneously that altogether accumulated 40. Where the Ayatollah was, I don't know, maybe 12 or 15, I think they said. But there were 3 or 4 other strikes where 40 people dead within the first 3 hours.
Yeah, that was actually, I think there was more than that actually, but
that's the whole government that was dead in 3 or 4 hours. That's
and then
that's a targeted strike.
And then they brought in the 80 mullahs and they killed them.
Yes. And seriously fucked up and probably killed Murtala. What's his face? Junior.
If they didn't. They messed him up bad. They won't put him on TV. They won't put him on TV. It's irritating Iranian people because you can only prop up.
But his official X account, as well as all the other known dead Iraqi government officials, their Twitter social enemy things are going out. They're still producing content. With
unfortunately, for the Iranians, if these rumors are going on outside their country, you know they're going on inside their country.
Oh yeah.
You know for sure that they're going on inside their country. It's kind of a shit. I'm watching the Chihuahua herder go by.
Chihuahua. How about a Russian blue? Look at this.
It was a herd going by. Actually, Jack, you know what? I might still have that. Let me look and see. Oh no, dude, it's 100%. No. Who told you that? 100% of Trump's base approves of Trump right now. The poor guy at CNN, I thought he was going to have an orgasm. Oh no, I'm not kidding you, dude. I'm serious. He was just like, he was huffing and puffing, and no, I'm pretty sure that guy's a Republican actually, but yeah, I can't think of his name right offhand. He does their polls. He's their poll guy. Yeah, man. You never knew they had a poll guy? Mm-hmm.
We got a poll guy, Sean Kelly. Great pole dancer.
Yes, he strips it off, baby. Of course, I got my eyes closed the whole time, but for the rest of you.
Tune in, ladies. Ladies' night here on the chat tomorrow.
No, we're okay about all this. What is this? Is this what I'm looking for? What is with the commercials these days?
Facebook is putting out everything. It's disgusting.
Okay, is that what that was? Let me. What the hell was that? That was very weird. It was shared on there. Have you seen a UFO? Yeah, I've seen it. There's an icon thing.
I've seen a couple of them thingies.
I am definitely not where I'm supposed to be. Hold on. That's what happens when you have multiple names, people. All right, here we go. Is this where I'm supposed to be? That's Jay and I. So probably. National Alien Abduction Day. All right, who posted it? Hey, Roseanne, March 20th. I didn't know that. Ooh, I didn't get abducted. That's just in case. So wait, what is this? Let's see if we can play this. Shut up a bit. I hush up, but this ought to be interesting. Be something that ought to trigger me real good. Let's see. Oh, well, let me go back. So, where is Uncle Jay? There we are. Yes. No, this is going to definitely trigger Cure down here. Let's see. Oh, man. Let's see where we at. What do you mean you don't know what trigger means? Give me a break. Where are you from? No, I'm not trying to be a dick. I am a dick. But, I mean, where are you from? Trigger warnings? Okay. Anyway.
It's up.
You got it up? Okay. Does it have full stage? No, it doesn't. So here we go.
Consider all the people who
hit the expand button
for no good reason. If you are a student who just moved to start college, Republicans will make it harder for you to vote.
Yeah, I hear that.
Because if this bill passes, you will need to show a photo ID and proof of citizenship in every.
Okay, people. When you join college, what do you have to do? You have to show a photo ID, a driver's license, a state ID, or a passport.
And sometimes your social security card.
Yes.
Shocker.
Yes.
Shocker.
Yeah, so let's finish seeing what this crazy one's got to say.
Every single state. But a student ID won't count. Many tribal IDs.
Okay. You can't get a student ID without having a driver's license or a ID. You get the student ID.
And most valid IDs, student and or state issued or state college issued, are still valid IDs.
Oh, okay, here we go.
These also won't be enough under the new Republican restrictions.
Oh, tribal.
It's not the
Oh,
half
wait,
of
pause it.
Just consider all the people who will face new challenges just to vote. For no good reason. If you are a student who just moved to start college,
Republicans will make it harder for you to vote.
Boo.
Because if this bill passes, you will need to show a
You know,
photo
look how
ID
good Dim's
and
lying. With
proof
such a
of
straight face,
citizenship
man.
in every single state. But a student ID won't count.
Not just that.
Many tribal IDs
Blonde.
also won't be enough under the new Republican restrictions. That's not the half of it. Just consider all the people.
Flipped over. She's blonde. That's part of it. She has no idea what she's talking about. If you go,
Well, she had to have gone to college. I mean, maybe not, but you'd think she had.
Why college IDs were valid IDs? I mean, even to get into a bar to buy a beer, it was legal. It said I had my birth date and everything on it. I mean, it wasn't like a, something you stamp out in your garage just so you can try to buy beer illegally.
Because usually when you're going to college, you're actually showing more than one form of ID, whatever it may be: Social Security, driver's license, regular ID.
It's almost the same as getting a job.
Birth certificate, whatever it is. But they show that, and but again, this is just. I mean, this is what you call an outright lie, and she knows she's lying while she's doing it. She won't even blink.
Yeah.
Well, no, Jimmy. Democrats have this.
It's just insanity. They're trying to make it like so no one's going to be able to. Okay, yeah, it is going to suck that every one of us is going to have to re-register. Okay, but I have a Social Security card. I think will be part of it, and I have a valid driver's license. So boom, I'm covered, right? And if not, I have my birth certificate in one of stashed away securely here inside the house.
Okay.
Problem solved. I mean, I don't, and if I can't find my birth certificate or my Social Security card, I can get freebie ones from the internet.
Yes, that's the thing. You can go right online. Well, so many, a lot of blacks will come out really
think
hard.
You're like crippled. I mean, it's
I mean, there have been a lot of black people come out because they always try to blame the blacks and say, "Oh, well, they can't figure it out." Well, first off, people. 76%. I'm sorry, 77% of. Wait, I'm getting this screwed up in my head.
77 or 78%.
No, I'm getting two polls screwed up. But anyway, so right now it's something like 86% Republican, 70-something% or 81% Independent, and 73% Democrat. 77% of blacks are for it. 80-something% of whites are for it. Bottom line is when you do the whole thing as a whole,
and it was also 88. This is astounding too. 86% of Hispanics.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
ID.
So when you add them all together, 83% of America wants voter ID.
It's way more than
10% are undecided. So that means only 7% of this country don't want it. And every time the Democrats
and you know
vote,
what? Those are the same
vote
10
no.
sissies that aren't going to vote in the first place anyway. So fuck them.
This is just pathetic. We even have these conversations like these.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So this is Scott Jennings just toying with somebody. So let's see what he's up to.
What voting rights is he taking away from black voters?
Oh, if we look at
the SAVE Act?
The SAVE Act, that's exactly what we're talking about. That is actually going to continue to disenfranchise overwhelmingly a lot of people of color. There are so many civil rights organizations that have run the data. If we look at the way that it is going to disenfranchise black voters, it's the same reason why Chuck Schumer called it Jim Crow 2.0.
So,
this is the same president. If we want to continue,
you haven't said how yet.
I am talking about it. It's the way that you're putting new poll taxes on this when you're making people have.
Just making sure
that's
that
what
she
we
goes
can call
long.
them now. It's kind of an idiom, right? If you want to say
I
that
have no idea
people
she's
have
an
to
idiot there.
prove that they are
Yeah, she
citizens,
sure
that
is.
they have to prove with a voter ID. The reality is you're layering what is a constitutional right
by
for
the
the
way,
American
welcome to
people and making it
MSTPK
harder for
segment.
people to.
I talked. What
an
voting
idiot. Oh, there's
rights is
another
he
one.
taking away from black voters?
Oh, if we look at
the SAVE Act?
the SAVE Act, that's exactly what we're talking about.
All right,
That is
guys,
actually
maybe
going
y'all
to
listen to
continue
this
to
again, 'cause I don't wanna hear
disenfranchise
the end of it.
overwhelmingly a lot of people of color. There are so many civil rights organizations that have run the data. If we look at the way that it is going to disenfranchise black voters, it's
Too
the
many
same
black
reason
people
why
say they
Chuck
want
Schumer
it.
called it Jim Crow 2.0.
So-
This is the same president. If we want to continue,
said how yet.
I think
I am talking about it. It's the way
I
that
think
you're
he
putting
quotes the
new
polls at
poll
the end.
taxes on this when you're making people have. That's what we can call them now. It's kind of an idiom, right? If you want to say that people have to prove that they are citizens, that they have to prove with a voter ID. The reality is you're layering what is a constitutional right for the American people and making it harder for people to vote in this country, and it's going to disenfranchise black voters.
Concern you that you're making all these claims. You've yet to lay out how it's hurting anyone, but 76% of black voters think we should show an ID to vote. 80% of Hispanic voters, 83% of the American people. Are you saying that black voters
The
are
SAVE
too
Act
dumb to
isn't
know
just,
what's good for them? I
the
mean, it
SAVE Act
sounds
isn't
pretty,
just about
it sounds pretty condescending.
that's
What,
right.
what voting
Okay,
rights
y'all
is he
blew it,
taking away
guys.
from black voters?
Oh,
Yeah.
look at
Save
the
Act.
SAVE Act. That's exactly what we're talking about. That is
There's
actually
no,
going to
there's
continue
no
to
clear argument
disenfranchise.
against it.
The
No clear argument against it. I'm sorry. I don't
no, because
know
the
what.
public wants it. This is one of those things.
So,
You're
so
arguing for
basically,
something.
no. So what? Here's the fucked up thing. So basically, what they're saying is, we don't need ID at the voting polls, which means any fucking foreigner who comes here to visit, whether legally or illegally on tourism or crossing the border illegally, can just walk into a voting session and go, "I registered," boom, and vote in our bullshit. No, you
And
have
by
to be
the
a
way,
citizen of the
ladies and
country
gentlemen,
to vote in our election. Period. You can't be an illegal alien. You can't be a tourist from Europe. I'm
you're
sorry.
not going to have to do this in every election. You're going to go get certified. You're going to bring your birth certificate, or you're going to bring whatever you need, and they're going to certify you, and they're going to know who you are. And from that point on, all you'll have to do is bring your new voter ID. It's probably good for 6 or 8 years. And so for 2 presidents, you won't have to, and then you'll probably have to go get recertified. But it's like anything else, like your driver's license. It means this shit you're going to have to do. And I feel better if everybody's got an ID.
No, it'll
because there's too much voter fraud.
it'll probably be free, and you'll get, once you registered, you'll get a photo ID from the post office. That it'll be the post office probably that runs it, at least the voter identification card. And if not, they'll give it to the state, departments of motor vehicles, because in most motor vehicle departments, when you get your license renewed, they ask you if you want to register, and if you're not registered, you can do it, and if you're already registered, you can renew and change your party and that kind of stuff. So it's hard. The infrastructure for a voter ID card, if they require you to have a voter ID card, I think it'll just be your driver's license, because they have the new real ID.
No, they were clear about this. You will have to have 2 forms of ID, your driver's license or state ID, and your birth certificate or your passport. They were very clear about that.
Just to register.
That's just to register. After that, you don't need anything. All you need is your voter ID. That's it.
Well, I don't think they're going to require you to have a different ID card, but if they do, it'd probably be free from the state. But like I said, most likely to be your driver's license. That's all I think you'll need. After you register, all you need is your driver's license.
Well, they said they're going to issue everybody a ID, a real photo.
Well, I didn't hear that part, but
yeah,
who cares?
Well,
it's another stupid piece of card to carry around with me. So what?
It's not something you got to carry all the time. Just when you vote, you throw that bitch in a drawer the rest of the time. Say, here, man, I don't need this.
Yeah,
okay.
It's everywhere, Kerry. Yeah, almost every government.
Okay, this is what we were talking about earlier, the crown jewel of Iran's oil fields.
Is it?
Oh, it's going to make me go to another. Hold on, it's going to make me go to another. It's going to make me. This is where their big oil field, their big southern field. Hold on, let me go back. I got to find out what it did. It won't. They put it on the wrong one, I think. Okay, stop. Get off of there. Jack. No, it's not that. It's operator error. It has nothing to do with the machine itself. It has to do with the guy running it. Here we go. Let's put the
Fat Finger Tuesday. It ain't even Mardi Gras no more. Oh wait,
March 14th, President Trump announced
this is the island.
Central Command.
It's Carg Island, yeah.
This is the island.
Iran's crown jewel.
I thought this was the other one.
Over 90 military targets
Unless I got
obliterated
the wrong
in what
one.
Trump called one of the most powerful bombing raids in the history of the Middle East. Air defenses, naval base, airport, gone. Karg Island handles roughly 90% of Iran's crude oil exports, with a loading capacity of about 7 million barrels per day. Fox News, this isn't just a military target. This is Iran's economic lifeline, and America just put its hand around it. Trump deliberately spared the oil infrastructure, for now. His message? If Iran interferes with free passage through the Strait of Hormuz, he will immediately reconsider.
2 ladies already
Oil
reconsidered.
prices have already spiked.
Sorry, guys, he reconsidered already, but still, it's an interesting article itself. Let's see. That's not. Oh, you dropped us out of there. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that sucks.
No, I didn't do that. You did that.
No, that's just that's high. Here we go. What bloody poll is this? Let's see what this poll is. I don't know what this one is, but this is our guy who's always losing his mind. Let's put him up here.
Who, Carville?
No. He's a fucking idiot. He said Trump's going to retire, man.
Yeah, he said Trump's going to like walk away from this all in the middle. Like, who would go through the shit Trump's gone through and then just walk away? Someone said.
Okay. Oh no, guys, I spam J links all week in case we need links. Okay, here we go. Play.
The Make America movement again. That's what we're talking about. Make America Great Again movement, and it is as powerful.
Oh, I think I saw this earlier.
Because I want you to take a look here. GOP who view MAGA favorably. 2 years ago, when Donald Trump was running for term number 2, it was 74%. Today, look at this. It's 78% of Republicans who view the Make America Great Again movement favorably. So we're talking about something that, in my opinion, will very much be able to outlast Donald Trump. Trump is in term number 2. He can't run for a term number 3. But the bottom line is this. What he brought into the GOP looks like it's going to last long beyond him.
They keep telling you MAGA is dead. It's funny because CNN just dropped this poll that says 78% of Republicans approve of the MAGA movement. Not Fox, not Newsmax, CNN, everybody. And here's the kicker. That number is up 4 points from 2 years ago when President Trump was already dominating the field. So if MAGA is dead, why is support?
We love you too, dude, but you're out of here too. It's not the one I'm looking for. This is Kathy Hochul begging from people to come back for Florida to pay for her social. Yeah, they
what
want
a lunatic.
So here she is up here talking. She does this up here. She's talking about Florida moving. All the people moving to Florida in 2022 and afterwards. So now she said she didn't care. If you want to go, leave. We don't care. Go to Florida. We don't care. Whatever. Now today, she's up there begging them to come back to pay for her social services in her state.
Oh yeah.
I think they gave you the big finger there. So what is this poll?
Democratic base, right? But what about all?
Let's see what this is. Let's see. This is some other poll. La di da di da. Oh no, Jack. There's all kind of polls, and I think I even sent Jay a couple. I might even sent you the 100% one. Now let's see. It's already up there, so I just got to turn it on. Okay.
Let's see what's on there.
Democratic base, right? But what about all Americans, right? How about all voters? Voters who say the Democrats are now too liberal. Look at this percentage. It was 42% in 96, 48% in 2013, now 58% in 2025 of all voters say that the Democratic Party is too liberal. The Democrats are moving to the left. The far left is gaining power, and there could be some electoral repercussions because what we see right now is voters, the clear majority, say that they are too liberal.
This is really interesting. Thanks so much, Harry.
Thank you.
Really
Thank you, Harry.
Democratic base,
Harry,
right? But what about all Americans?
Off stage and
There's a whole bunch in there. You have to tell me a specific title, and I can try to find it.
Oh, I don't remember, man. It's so much. Oh, this next one is wait.
Oh, I hate this, but because I don't believe I should inject anything. But I do not want to leave the impression, but since there was no follow-up question, the president never, this is 20-something years ago, never said anything to me to make me think he was involved in anything improper with regard to Epstein.
I like how he shifted
he
that.
just didn't. That's the truth. As I said earlier, the only conversation I had with President Trump about this was in the early 2000s.
So, they think they were hoeing together. See, man, look, but Bill said, hey, look, he's not, he never told him anything about it. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. This is, oh shit. This is going to get me in trouble for sure.
I have a dream.
Oh, man. Is it on the thing or do I have to put it up?
No, it's on.
Okay. Before I offend anybody, close your eyes and leave. You might not want to hear this.
That one day, Democrats.
Hey, hold on.
That one day, Democrats will stop acting like retards. One day they'll stop letting criminals into our country just so they can steal elections with their ballots.
Oh.
They finally realize there are only two genders, and that men can never get pregnant.
That's AI. Okay. I
They
was gonna
stop
say, he never
letting
said
mentally ill perverts into women's bathrooms and little girls' locker rooms. I have a dream. The Democrats stop believing in that green new scam and defund the police nonsense. That they finally stop killing our beautiful unborn babies. That they quit trying to censor any speech they don't like because it makes them look stupid. That they never again teach any of that critical race and transgender bullshit to our little children. And that
That's
they stop
definitely not the
dividing
king, man,
us
but that's
by
funny.
the color of our skin and not by the content of our character. I have a dream that one day Democrats will stop acting like a bunch of woke little retards. I have a dream.
Oh man.
That
So
is
hopefully we
funny.
didn't offend too many people there.
Oh, I didn't find that offensive at all. I thought that was hilarious. Jesus Christ,
it's a
that's
good
funny.
it's a good clip.
Well, at first I was like, it's like it kind of started off legit, and I was like, I was
Yeah, I
just about
know.
to go, hey Joe, is
The-
this legit? And then he went, you woke, and I was like, no, it can't be.
Yeah, funny because the first time I seen it, I'm like, man, this looks pretty good. Let me see. Because
Yeah, it's pretty authentic.
what is this one? Oh, we done got into the clips. We'll be here all damn day. All right, let's see what we got. Hold on. There's some good ones. No, Jimmy, I just send them. For some reason, Instagram won't let me send them back to Facebook, so I send them to Jay if we're going to use them. But usually, when we run late, we don't have time to do too many of them. I don't know what this one is.
That's a good question. I don't know.
If we live in such a patriarchal society, where did all these laws come from that protect women and punish men?
That's a good one too. That's a really good one too.
The phrase ladies first comes out of 19th century Western etiquette. And it was tied to the idea of chivalry and courting somebody, courtly manners, if you will.
Actually called
It wasn't
chivalry.
medieval knights saying it. That's a myth. But it shows up in the mid
This one chick
1800s.
is stoned at her gore. Look at
Back
her
then,
eyes,
men
man.
were
They're like
expected to
glow.
open doors,
Both of them
offer
are.
seats. Now, the other question that he asked was,
He's not too bright, huh?
what rights do men have that women don't have? I could think of one that men don't have that women have, and that's the ability to give up their parental rights. Another luxury that women have that men don't always have is a woman could cheat on you, get pregnant, have the baby, and put you on the birth certificate. And then that would make you responsible financially, physically, financially, and emotionally responsible for the child too, even though it's not your child. Then there's all the workplace sexual harassment laws.
Yeah, that's right, chick. What we got here?
Yeah, she doesn't sound like the
agree
kind
with
you
this
take home to
statement,
mama.
then stand up and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
Not only in the states most heavily affected, but in every place in this country are rightly disturbed by the large numbers of illegal aliens entering our country. The jobs they hold might otherwise be held by citizens or legal immigrants. The public service they use impose burdens on our taxpayers. That's why our administration has moved aggressively to secure our borders more by hiring a record number of new border guards, by deporting twice as many criminal aliens as ever before, by cracking down on illegal hiring, by barring welfare benefits to illegal aliens. In the budget I will present to you, we will try to do more to speed the deportation of illegal aliens who are arrested for crimes, to better identify illegal aliens in the work.
Ladies and gentlemen, both
Why
the
doesn't he
Democrats
say
here-
that now these days? I mean,
He does. He's actually said it before, but both their heroes, Barack Obama and Bill Clinton, threw out a ton of people. A ton of people died under Obama while he was throwing them out. But you never want to hear about it. He was the one separating the families. You never want to hear about it. but it's good for us because we can use it.
Yeah, no, that's exactly they did exactly the same thing back then. They blamed the separation of the families on Trump, and he wasn't even the one doing it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He wasn't, and Obama built the cages. Obama's the one that was doing it. And AOC, remember when she went down there and false tears, but she didn't actually go. She just went and stood by some fence in some empty parking lot.
Yes, and they handed her an onion.
Yeah, so that was just kind of pathetic.
They literally handed her an onion to make her cry.
I know people are not getting that's this chick. She's a little on the weird side. So let's see what she's got to say.
This doesn't look good for the left.
I mean, Democrats in the minds of the American public are lower than the Dead Sea. What are we talking about here? Well, let's take a look. The net approval rating for Democrats in Congress, you said it, Kate Baldwin, the lowest ever. Look at this. Overall, they are 55 points underwater. Their approval rating is south of 20%. It's even worse when you look at independents. Look at this. Negative 61 points. That means that their approval rating is 61 points lower than their disapproval rating. Quinnipiac has been polling this question for the better part of the 21st century. They have never found Democrats, at least those in Congress, in worse shape.
Guys, you might want to get going on the DHS funding. This doesn't look good for the left.
I mean, Democrats in the minds of the American.
And Quinnipiac's a pretty, it's.
Yeah, they're fairly honest. You got to watch it.
They're good. They're good pollsters, right?
Yeah, most of the time, as long as you're not talking about Trump, everything else are actually quite good on there. For some reason, they got TDS on Trump, but that's about it. The other day, they got themselves in trouble.
Yeah, that's why a lot of the polls that have the same problem is they're TDS driven.
But all the rest of them, knowing his job ratings and all and stuff like that, they don't mind being honest. Just on him, they're like, "No, fuck you." We don't.
Well, that's because they can't tweak those numbers. Those numbers are come out, by independent.
I'm not
government.
Okay, guys, I'm not sure what this is. I guess we're gonna find out together.
So let me get this straight. While the Islamic Republic was massacring our own people, our own students, our own young people, massacring them, raping them and killing them and torturing them on the streets in the daylight, you kept your mouth shut. As soon as there's an attack from the US or Israel on the Islamic Republic, on the regime, not the people, you come out saying that they're attacking schools and hospitals. This is IRGC propaganda. And if you would like to be on the right side of history, shut the fuck up. Do your research and know that Israel and the US is not attacking schools or hospitals. It's the Islamic Republic and the regime themselves. So let me get.
Oh, she's a feisty little thingy thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's not wrong. I mean, that's exactly what's going on. See, the reason why the Democrats are against this war is because the mullahs are just like the Democrats. They do something, they get caught doing it, and then they blame everyone else for what happened. It's like, it's your fault. You did it. No, it's not. You did it. No, it's not. It's exactly. They're the blame game guys. They're Democrats. All these mullahs that are still around. I say just bomb them out of existence with a nuclear weapon. Give them 30 days and then light it up.
Who's that? Mimi, Mickey, whoever? No, I actually just put it up there. You talking about the 100% thing? I just put it up. Yeah. No, I've seen it go by a couple times, but I didn't know where it was. I had to look for it. We got a lot of stuff we post every week. Yeah, well, it's stuff we use for here. Look, let's see. Here we go. Let's find it right quick. So here we go, people. We talked about this earlier. Now y'all get to see what it is.
Is one of those. Because just take a look here. MAGA GOP view of Trump. Approve 100%. 100%. If you are a member of MAGA and the GOP, you approve of Donald John Trump. 0% say that they disapprove. You don't have to be a mathematical genius to know you can't go higher than 100%. He is the 1972 Miami Dolphins. Now, there are some Republicans who disapprove of Donald John Trump, but they are not members of the Make America Great Again movement. The bottom line is this. If you are a member of MAGA, you approve of Donald Trump.
It's interesting, though, because there have been a couple of prominent people who have sort of come out online, and they're very mad about this war with Iran because he promised no new wars. Is there any sign that people might be leaving MAGA relative to 2024?
Yeah, okay. So, I've said it before, and, the theme of this segment is Tucker Carlson be darned. And when we look at the numbers, I mean, I've heard some people say, oh, you know what, when you look at those MAGA numbers, it doesn't account for those who might have left MAGA. But take a look here. Americans who identify as MAGA in November of 2024, it was 28% of Americans. Now it's basically the same. If anything, it's slightly higher at 30%. The bottom line is this. The MAGA base within the GOP is not shrinking. It's the same size. If anything, it is slightly larger than it was back in 2024 when, of course, Donald Trump won a second term. So that 100% that Donald Trump has approval among MAGA GOP, that is not an artifact of MAGA shrinking. It's just an indication of how strong Donald Trump's grip is on that MAGA base.
And so I guess it begs the question of what's happening with inside the GOP and if there are any splits there, because with those kind of numbers, they're going to want to retain that, right? So they retain their seats.
Yes. And you know what we're talking about, you know, we mentioned Iran in the intro of this segment, GOP on U.S. military action in Iran. Look at this. In MAGA, it's 90% approval. It's 90% approval, just 5% disapproval. If you disapprove of the job that Donald Trump is doing, or excuse me, the U.S. military action in Iran, and you're a member of the GOP, look at this. It's your non-MAGA. You're non-MAGA. It's 36% there, 54% approved. But the majority of Republicans approve of the job that the U.S. military action is in Iran, and the majority of MAGA, which is the majority of the GOP, very much approve, 90%. Very little split in Donald Trump's base. Those who disapprove in the GOP, simply put, they hate MAGA.
It's really clear. MAGA has the floor.
MAGA has the floor, 100%.
So, and that was a great segue in that clip. I wonder if there's a survey out there, Joe, that shows how many ex-Democrats have joined MAGA.
Well, we know this. We know about 3 million have left the party and left the Democratic Party, and they figure about 2.25 have joined the Republicans. Wait, and just
it doesn't necessarily mean they joined MAGA, though.
No, it doesn't. And but just today, the Hawaii senator left to become a Republican.
Really wonderful.
Well, it might have been the House. I don't know. It's House or Senate. I have to go back and look, but. Anyway, she left.
Okay,
she
so
said,
is there not a survey out there that shows how many, how much the GOP and or MAGA has increased due to Democratic losses in membership?
Check this thing out, okay?
Well, they haven't increased.
Check this thing out, okay?
Hold on, what is this?
This is the total inflation since January of 2019. Trump leaves office. Nearly 30% increase since 2019. Your dollar from January of 2019 is worth 70 cents today. That's the pain. So let's break down where the bulk of that pain came from. You see this line right here?
Biden.
That's where Trump 45 left office and Biden came in. Carry that over to the next line. This is all Biden's presidency. And this is where Trump came back in. So this is a 22% rise during Joe Biden for the cost to live. Now, this 2%, 2.7% number, that's what they're talking about. This represents the part of the graph for the number that came out today, which all things considered is pretty good, even though it outperformed the estimates of supposed to be 3.1%. And the left wants to make it seem that Trump's tariffs are to blame for this 22% inflation that happened before the tariff.
You're out of here, bud.
He's not wrong, though.
No, he's not. What's this one? Oh, wait, what is this? This sounds like something I get us in trouble, people.
Democratic Party, I'm going to say it tonight.
Oh, no.
Listen closely. So that you won't be confused.
Shit. Here we go.
Is the Antichrist Party.
Thank you.
It is anti-family.
Thank you.
And I'm going to say this, you're not going to believe it, but it is anti-black folk.
Thank you.
You are only needed for votes.
Thank you.
Only loved when it's time to get your votes. There's no real care about you. And see, we still stuck and we got that thing ingrained in us that this is the party for the black man. It is not. The party has changed. Black people, really, to be honest with you, have never been the priority. They have only been used.
That's the truth.
Wasn't it the father in the show Good Times, James, who said that something to the effect that the Democrats, or maybe it was just he generalized as politicians, they only come and polish up the tenements, the welfare housing they lived in. They only polish them up right before election time so they could sway you to vote for them. That's kind of what they're talking about right there. Is that they don't give a shit about you until it's time for you to vote, and then after your vote is cast, they don't give a fuck.
Maybe the only president that might have cared about him might have been Kennedy, but I'm not even thinking it was them.
We'll never know. I mean, his term was cut short.
It's true. But I forgot when the term was. The term was actually before Kennedy. Some other programs that happened, but whatever it was, destroyed the nuclear family. So people don't realize this, but blacks were much different through the 20s, 30s, and 40s, and even 50s. It was different society. There was not missing dads. They had lots of black businesses growing. Things were going. And then the Democrats changed all of that. You know, they blew up the nuclear family. They started preaching for abortions and so on and so forth.
There's the 50s weed craze. What's that movie where they blame basically most murders on crazed out black men with 357 Magnums and a head full of weed, raping and killing white women, which is a bold-faced lie, 100%. But the people bought it.
Donnie, Republicans are anti-abortions, yes, and that's why the law got overturned. Well, because abortion's not a federal thing; it's a state-by-state thing. Some states are okay with it; some states are not. Some states allow it for rape, incest, or emergencies. Other than that, they don't. But that don't mean you can't get one. You could be living in Louisiana, get on an airplane, and fly out to California, up to New York, or anywhere else that allows them, and get one. That was the biggest problem because all the red states, well, all the states in the union supposedly were supposed to only allow 3 abortions, period, which already was kind of high. I mean, that's using abortions as birth control. But it was actually higher than that. You could get 3 in your local state and then get up to 3 more in Cali. So that's 6. And you could even get 3 more than that if you went to New York. So that's 9. That's birth control. That's not anything but that. Go take a fucking pill. What's wrong with you? No, there's not really. If it's not rape or any of that, and you're like on your second or third one, there's no real excuse for that. That's just not, paying attention. You just shows you don't care.
Yeah, it's like California was just about to release a couple of known pedophiles who even said that they still have fantasies about raping children. I mean, we're talking children under the age of 10, which is disgusting in its own right. And number 2, these because of some stupid law that Newsom put into effect, and he has no control over now. They can randomly put people out of jail with certain parameters. If they've been good and they're over 50, they've been there more than 40 years or something like that, or 20 years, they can get off pretty much scot-free. Murderers, rapists, and pedophiles, that's just bullshit.
Yeah, no, it is. Kelly, you got to be careful, Kelly. New York's not much better. This is kind of a funny one. This is Caitlin Collins. Caitlin is not Trump's biggest fan, but I noticed Caitlin, not Caitlin, what's her name? Caroline Levitt actually took up for her when they were in the Middle East and helped her to get into the Saudi and Dubai princess thing for press because they weren't going to let her in. And she said, no, you can let her in. So they kind of became a little, I wouldn't say friends, but she the other day, for some reason, said Trump was more accessible to the media than Obama.
Yeah, lots of other media were saying that too, yes.
And then, of course, she said that, and she said something else about it, really, that as far as she could see, he's probably the most accessible president in modern history. And
yes, I'd agree.
We'll start coming out and hating on him, and then Obama critics are saying she sounds like a fangirl. No, she's being honest.
Well, besides Reagan, that's absolutely right. Reagan was the only other one. I mean, these gentlemen were trained to be on their television shows and movies to hit their marks and portray their best side and project their voice so it's picked up by microphones. So they know the walk.
That's the thing they do. Was it Jimmy? We're getting ready to get a couple minutes. Why? No, we haven't staying later, but I'm hungry, man. And my house
I got 2 breakfast sandwiches upstairs waiting to go through the microwave once or twice.
And he's got running water too. That's
Yes.
This I think this one beat it. This is a couple of days. Well, I can't get it up there, but I seen this one the other day where Schumer, what's his name, got his ass kicked by the press for saying that about the voter ID. So it was Chuck Schumer, it was Adam Schiff and somebody else. And they were being asked, it seems like the American people, they're like, no, the American people are basically, they said we were too stupid to know. No, they just don't understand. No, they're wrong. No, it's not good for us. It's Jim Crow 2.0. And the lady's like, I don't see where it's that.
Well,
She said,
no,
I'm
and the
confused. Why
funny
don't
thing
you
is,
want
these
this?
same people that are against this voter ID bill, there's videos going up all over every news broadcast station that show them saying the exact opposite 5, 10, 12 years earlier.
Yeah. Actually, Frank, I talked about this the other day. New report on Iran war shows Democrats and legacy media have been lying about the U.S. progress, and they have been.
Yes.
So we need to have new rules dealing with this. But when the bad party controls half of Congress, it's hard to do it. They don't care. One thing Democrats care about anymore is power. Oh, wait, what's this? This is a Joe Rogan clip. Let's see what this is. Is it up on the screen?
What is it? Yeah, she's up.
Oh, no, it's not. Hold on.
No, did you get a pop up? Yeah.
It's a back screen.
Yeah. What?
Scams in Minnesota. Her name is on the list. You don't really know how much they're worth. You'd have to get an audit because what you're hearing is a reporting of what they're worth. They're worth how much? She went from 0 to anywhere between $6 and $30 million in a year. If you've been a congressperson for 2 years and now all of a sudden you're worth $3 million, you were in debt before you became a congressperson, that's suspicious. So we just have questions.
Yeah.
What exactly is the business that you're involved in? She won't answer any questions. But even if it's millions, even if it's a couple million, benefiting from these financial scams in Minnesota, her name is on the list. You don't really know how much they're worth. You'd have to get an audit because what you're hearing is a reporting of what they're worth. They're worth how much? She went from 0 to anywhere between $6 and $30 million in a year.
Look, oh, Fat Finger Tuesday, he lost. But also the thing is, it's not just that. She, whenever she's asked about those same questions, she deflects it onto her husband, who they've just proven is her biological brother. I can go figure that one out. That's kind of disgusting. Yeah, very, very nasty. Very nasty. And she is, I think she's on her way. And Trump has been saying that he's going to deport her. I don't think I blame him for that one bit. She's been one nasty, outright pain in the ass for everybody. Oh.
Yep.
What'd you do? Hit all the wrong buttons again?
No, I was backing out of the music, and I guess I hit the wrong backed out of StreamYard.
What you missed? I was just saying that Omar is not. I mean, she is not only under investigation for the fraud, but whenever she's asked questions about her net worth, she deflects them onto her husband, whom they've just proven is her biological brother.
And there's a lot of this going on.
I think she's getting herself deported.
She might if it comes out to be that they're real blood and they got all this extra money, she probably will get thrown out. Let me put this up. Now y'all seen the one of Newsom. If I can find the one from Newsom, I'll play it when he was talking down to all the black people the other day like an idiot. Because he is an idiot. But this may even be better. This is Joe Biden. You gotta love Joe Biden. This is all black crowd too, by the way. So this is Joe Biden.
It's up there.
Who we all love and care about and wonder why he's still out giving speeches.
When I was a kid, I had a cleft palate or club foot, and none of you would have laughed. But it's okay to laugh at stuttering. I'm not being critical of you, but think about it. It's the one place where people think you're stupid. Oh, really? I'm a hell of a lot smarter than most of you. But all kidding aside, I told you all earlier, when I was a kid, I had a cleft palate or club foot, and none of you would have laughed. But it's okay to laugh at stuttering. I'm not being critical of you, but think about it.
We made fun of my cousin all the time. He's a stutterer. He turned out all right.
Oh, really?
He didn't turn out like a crybaby sissy.
He just, and they actually clipped some of that too. It's,
my cousin, his nickname when we were kids was Stanley Stutter. His name isn't Stan.
He's, but no, Jack. He was it's a crowd full of blacks. It wasn't even anything particular. He just said he's a hell
I
lot
think
smart.
he suffers from the same school of debate that Kamala Harris graduated from.
Yeah, they probably had great debates together.
Yeah.
They were both master debaters.
Yeah.
Wait, Gene, what you got? All right, what is this? I don't think y'all read. I don't think
There's a
y'all
woman
ready
that
for
wanted
this.
to find out what it was actually like to live as a man, and what she reported should wake all of you up. She cut her hair, she lowered her voice, and she lived as
Boy,
Ned
I'm
for
Ned.
over a year. And what happened to
you
her
there,
is the
big
part that
boy.
most people
Don't
don't
call me
like
big boy,
hearing.
Ned.
After the experiment, she had a severe depressive breakdown, and she checked herself into a psychiatric
Oh,
facility.
shit.
Years later, she chose medically assisted in Switzerland.
Wow.
Her name was Nora Vincent. These are the harsh realities that she said men endure. Number one, dating is a gauntlet. As a woman, you naturally get approached. As a man, you do the approaching. You risk rejection
really.
every single time. You risk being humiliated every single time. And she literally was stunned by how cold women could be to men that they weren't interested in. She said being a man felt like you're guilty until proven innocent, boring until proven valuable. You don't get any grace. You get tested. Number two, men live in an emotional straitjacket. If a man shows real pain, people get uncomfortable. He's told to man up. He gets looked at differently, even by women who say they want a sensitive man. She said it felt like a man's value wasn't who he was naturally. It was what he could do, what he could provide, and what he could endure. Number three, invisibility. Unless a man is high status or extremely attractive, he's background noise. He gets no compliments, no smiles, and no
Background
validation at all. Not like the women,
I'm gonna have to ask Sean
nothing.
Hasler if he's
And on top of that, she literally felt the constant pressure of being seen as a threat, a creep, just for existing in public. Imagine walking around feeling like you're automatically suspicious. That messes with your head. Number four, male hierarchy is real. Men test each other. Confidence, dominance, and their boundaries. If you don't push back, you get eaten alive. You get bullied, and then you get disrespected. Some men learn to harden up because that's how you survive in male spaces. Number five, the silent
She said you had to get
loneliness.
hard to
This
survive
was
in
the
male
one that
spaces.
ended
Wait,
up crushing
what?
her.
That doesn't sound
She
right.
said that men suffer in silence. They don't talk because deep down they believe something horrible. Nobody actually wants to hear it. So they isolate themselves. They bond around just activities, work, sports, projects. But when it comes to real emotional support, many men have none. And she described that as emotional malnutrition, a form of starvation that most people never even notice. These are her last words. Men are suffering. They have different problems than women have, but they are not better off. They need our help. They need our love, and they need each other more than anything else.
That's right.
Rest in peace,
I
Nora.
agree with you, baby.
There was a woman that wanted.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Wow, she's pretty wise.
Yeah, she's wise beyond her years.
Her Democratic
Is
colleagues
this on?
say that they don't think the administration has a clear end game in Iran. Do you have concerns about how they know when to be done with Iran?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very much aware that I'm the only Democrat in the Senate that supports this operation. I'm going to continue to do that. And I would remind all of your viewers, whether it was Hillary Clinton when she was running for president.
And I want the Iranians to know that if I'm the president, we will attack Iran. Because whatever stage of development they might be in,
This is exactly the same I was talking about earlier. There's all these things come out of
during which
the
they
exact
might
opposite they said years
foolishly
ago.
consider launching an attack on Israel, we would be able to totally
There's lots of them.
obliterate them.
It will be totally,
need to be beat up with their own
again,
stuff.
obliterated.
Or Kamala Harris when she was running just in 24. In fact, she actually identified Iran as her top concern. You know, she called Iran a grave danger.
I'm clear-eyed. Iran is a destabilizing, dangerous force in the Middle East. And let us be clear, Iran is not only a threat to Israel, Iran is also a threat to American personnel in the region, American interests, and innocent civilians across the region.
And now every single Democrat agrees that they can never allow Iran to acquire a nuclear bomb. And now Donald Trump has done that, made that virtually impossible to achieve their nuclear weapons, and they've effectively broke the entire Iranian military apparatus. I don't know why we as Democrats, if we had all those kinds of goals and those kinds of concerns, and now that he's achieved that, why now we only can criticize that, or they could always make it seem like it's been a failure or things are out of control. That's just categorically not true.
Democrats.
Your Democratic colleagues say
Democrats. Yeah. No, what's this poll? My father-in-law has been a Democrat.
More of the CNN numbers guy.
Oh man, let's see what this guy got to say.
Take a look at how Democrats who disapprove of congressional Democratic leaders. Hello, we're talking about 57% in January of 2026, the second highest disapproval rate for Democratic leaders from their own party on record. Democrats hate their own congressional leaders. These numbers are awful, awful, awful.
Awful.
The left better get it together. Life comes at you fast.
Take a look at how Democrats.
Awful. No, we're getting ready to go, Jimmy. We there's somebody's favorite.
There's Schumer.
Sucky Schumer.
Whiny crybaby.
Oh, you mean our flash buddies? No, these Heidi puts these up every day. This is list of shows on that particular day.
Yeah.
You can break up what you see on here. What's this?
Is it Ringo?
Oh no, this is the intro for tomorrow's night show. Let me see. The one Sean sent us.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, baby. That sound like Serenity right there. Oh, by the way, let's just stop this for a minute. So there is a new Serenity.
Yes.
Fucking cartoon Serenity, but
what?
Serenity,
No, there's a
nope. I thought the same thing. I'm depressed, Jay. I was like, no, all right, Serenity.
There's not a live action one coming out this fall.
I thought there was. Everything I heard said there was. So I'm looking for it today, right? Or yesterday, actually. And it came up, and then I seen these. All right, Serenity, this, and all the actors are talking. The fucking actors they're going to use the original actors for the cartoon.
Yeah.
For the anime. Okay, I'll call it anime. Whoever sent me that message, but still, it's good. I'm hacked, man.
Firefly season 2 is back on Netflix.
Yeah, and that's all we're gonna say. It was all gonna be there, and then poof, all of a sudden. But on another note, there is some good news. Artemis is launching in 16 days.
Which one is this? Is this the mapping one?
Yeah, the one that goes around the moon. Yeah, the other one's not due for another year.
Well, they said they were going to move the actual moon landing to 2028.
Well, I don't know. They probably moved it back up now because.
Well, Trump did say that. I don't know if they've changed that numbers yet, but yeah, they did change it to 2028, and Trump had a fit.
Yeah, they probably moved it back to 2027. Well, it doesn't make any sense because they're launching. This is going around the moon. There's going to be one other one, and after that, they're supposed to go land. So
yeah,
it shouldn't be 2028. It should definitely be in 2027. But you never know. You never know what's going on or what's behind the scenes that we don't get to see.
I thought they were supposed to land this year. After this one, it was supposed to be landing.
I thought that they were going to land this year, but because everything's being pushed back, and they got that satellite mission is going to be pushed back, that's going to be closer to December. So I figured, yeah, it would be, spring of next year or maybe a little sooner. But everything originally was, all three missions were supposed to fly this year.
That's what. Yeah, that was the original timeline. So yeah, well, that's all. That all got fucked up, I guess.
And but then they went up. They had originally said, then they jumped up to 2028, then it came back to 2027, then it went back to 2028. And last I heard, they'd come back to February of 2027. So we'll see where it goes. And that one I'm not even worried about. I'm more worried about getting this one off the ground. Let's see one fly. Let's see it go around the moon. Let's see it do 80% of what it needs to do, and make sure the piece of crap works before we go stick a bunch more people and send it to land. And then Elon said, just give it to him. He'll go land over there. Fuck y'all. I think, Johnny, I think Elon's going to do a private landing. Yes. I think he's going to put a private. So if this is true, he's going to send 2 of them. And if one of them, they're going to leave there.
Yeah, they're going to start building a base. Yes. That was the next phase, I guess.
Yeah, they're going to leave it there. Well, they still haven't decided on exactly how they're landing it or how they're going to lay it over inside. But one of them's coming back. Well, and then they said maybe they would leave 2 and bring a booster rocket, put it inside of one of the other ones and use it to go back up to one in orbit. They have talked about doing that too. And that would leave two starting to a good base there. Because when they take out the tanks, they're pretty big. Yeah, it's you know, you can put a good bit of stuff in there. Well, they want to dig them down and lay them down and then cover them just to protect them more. And then they want to dig out underneath them and make more room underneath them and just keep going down. They connect them all underneath the surface and stuff. Well, because you're thinking of meteors. I haven't heard of any natural caves on the moon. But anyway, we got to go. So we can talk about that tomorrow. Send us a thing. Yeah, send us a thing. Send us a thing. Send us an email or a reminder. But we'll be on the chat tomorrow. We can talk about it tomorrow. Food. Oh, I don't know.
We're doing it. Well, we did it the whole show last week.
I gained fucking 5 pounds after last week's show, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just now calming down. We might talk a little bit about it. Who knows?
The food porn segments, that's some serious shit right there, man. You better bring your bib if you're gonna
Oh
watch
man,
that.
we did top 20 US sandwiches, top 100 US sandwiches, top 100 world sandwiches. We didn't get to the top 20 world sandwiches. We ran out of time, but yes. Oh yeah, go listen. You can hear for yourself what's the best sandwich. Which countries make the best sandwich? See how many times New Orleans is on the list? Yeah, it's on there several times.
Yeah.
Billy made it on the list 2 or 3 times.
Some of those sandwiches that were bullshit because, like, you know, grilled cheese was like 99. Yeah, no, I don't think so.
So number 1 in the U.S. was the lobster sandwich, the lobster roll.
Lobster.
Yeah,
it's lobster roll.
Was it Maine or New? Well, anyway, it was up there, way up north. It was lobster roll.
New England, Maine, yes.
And then that lobster roll was on that list 3 different times.
More than that.
Yeah, and then it was on the world list twice. Yeah. I mean, I've eaten lobster rolls. I've never eaten one.
Well, I mean, there were several variations of, like, you know, turkey sandwiches and club sandwiches. You know, there was all kinds of repeats on there, and some of them were bullshit repeats too.
Yeah, they are. But anyway, guys and girls, we're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go find me a snack and watch some TV and get a drink and just chill out. What is that? Oh, you mean this? You can. Oh, yeah, that's right. You're watching this in 4K. I forgot you can. Yeah, that's like 4 days without shaving, man. It's catching up with my beard.
You can have the whiskers on our beards. Yeah,
it's actually catching up with the length of my beard. They're all start to go together. Then I look like Wolfman Joe. One time I let it grow from right here at my throat all the way to right here, and I look like Wolfman. And it was way puffy. And when I brush it out, I brush way out. Like I look like fucking maniac. It's yeah, well, it was crazy looking. No, I like my beard trim. I prefer to wear one, so I like it trim. So you
lycanthropy, I do believe, is an Italian trait, if you will.
But anyway, on that yawn, we're going to get out of here. I hope everyone enjoyed the show. Of course, if you didn't, Michelle said, you bitches, why don't y'all been nice and writing to her? She feels lost and lonely and needs some bourbon or some wine or something. Car, if you want to buy me a car, go to Carvana, pick it out. I'll have it delivered.
There you go.
No, I need a new car. I've been bitching, whining about it because I can't. I even talked to a friend of mine. They said, why don't you pick me out a car? I can't make up my mind what I want. And I'm poor. I can't buy nothing expensive, man. I got insurances to pay. Not car insurance. I'm talking about home insurance. People, I live on the water. I don't know. You people don't understand. I live like in the water. Yeah, when the insurance company guy comes over, he says, "Oh shit, I didn't know you were in the water, Joe." Let me I don't know, 10 grand of that shit. Anyway, good night, everybody. I'm sorry. Good night, everybody, and thank you again for listening to United Public Radio News on the Flip Side. Jay and I love having you here every week. Come on, stop by. Don't be shy. And whoever asked me that earlier on Messenger, if you pop into the chat rooms and I can see you and I know who you are, you can get invited onto the stage with us into the green
Your
room
screen
on the
right
stage.
here that has people from YouTube that tells us things.
Yeah, so as long as we can see that and we know who you are, yeah, you're more than welcome to come up. But if we're just going to pop you off of the messenger role and I have no idea who you are, yeah, well, I'm just going to be honest with you.
And don't act a fool either, because we'll bump you out.
Yeah, we just go click, say goodbye, watch this, goodbye, goodbye. No, we can give you a link. Matter of fact, we can give you a link, and you can even bring in your own Facebook pages with you or your YouTube pages.
Yeah.
So your own people can see.
You can broadcast this on your Facebook.
I'm with Jay and Joe.
Yeah, we're
no.
famous.
So
Well,
no,
I mean,
on
he is anyway.
no. So on Saturday it's Jay, Joe, and Jimmy. Yeah,
Oh, I
like
figured
Jimmy
it's going
Olsen.
that way.
So
He's famous.
we changed the stuff. We changed Sean's name to Jimmy, so it's Jay, Joe, and Jimmy. Yeah, and any women that's come on it's gonna be like Janice or June or Jody.
Or Jennifer.
See, that just tells you I need food and sleep. I didn't even get no coffee tonight, people. I mean, really, that's like living in Iran. It's uncivilized. Actually, Frank, I pick a lot.
I still got her JoJo button.
Yeah. I'm really hoping. I really am hoping this war ends quickly and it's over with.
I think. I mean, come on. All they have left is stores of missiles and drones, and there was no real actual correct estimate because they were mass producing at least the drones anyway for sale to both Russia and Ukraine. So they were selling to both sides of the party there, which is really a no-no.
Yeah. So anyway, no, I'm here earlier. I'll be on with Jay on the Joe. I'm sorry, with Jay,
on the chat.
John. I'll be on with
Quill,
John on the Arthur's Quill earlier. Yeah, we come on 3 to 5 Central Time. Yeah, so we'll be on. I haven't looked to see who the guests are yet. Well, we're getting close to when they start doing all of the Writers of the Future stuff. So most everybody will be on now will be one of the winners of Writers of the Future. But anyway, on that note, thanks again for tuning in to United Public Radio. I hope you enjoyed the show. Using the Flip Side here's weekly show. I did hear Carly ask me about somebody doing like a midweek news section. Get in touch with me. Jay works and I work that part of the week, so you'd have to be somebody who is reliable and dependable and knows their news. Goodbye, everybody, and stay tuned for whatever craziness follows us. Good night.